Yes, people, welcome to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, hosted by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And we have the full gang back together. I feel like the event, in Endgame, when the rest of the Avengers came through the portal and the whole clique was together. Because it's been a minute since all three of us have been in the studio at the same time. So it's good to have you back. I'm joined by my fellow co-host, JV. I'm Mr. Rasheed more in the night than you've seen in your life. What you telling me first and foremost? You good?
Hey, I'm good, man.
Excellent. And JV, what you telling me? You good?
Yaga.
Excellent. Also, this is our final show of the year in the studio. But over Christmas, myself and JV and Stro were discussing this before the show. We will give you some form of Christmas special, definitely. We will do something, we don't know exactly what, but we always like to give back to the supporters. But before we get started, anyway, if you're watching this live right now on the Pi Radio YouTube, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube and hit the notification bell. Also share it across all your socials. If you're watching on the Pi Radio Twitter right now, please make sure you retweet it, like it. And if you're watching on Facebook, like the video and share it. And if you're listening on DAB, salute to you and it. Salute to everybody who is locked in via more traditional radio memes. All right, so where do we start? I think there's only one place to start. Go on, Stro, you just looked at me.
Yeah, there's a place I want to start.
All right, we'll go there.
Before we go on to the banter.
Yes.
And before we go on to Arsenal leading Big Sam.
Yes.
Devastating day for football, for Liverpool fans,
yes.
Aston Villa fans, French football. A man which made me fall in love with football at a young age, Gerard Houllier, passed away. I just want to talk about this man for a second. I don't think this man gets the credit he deserves or gets talked about in the conversation of great managers. If this man didn't have health problems throughout his life, he would be up there with one of the greatest of all time managers. And I genuinely say that with my chest.
He'd probably still be at a big club now.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, look at what he did for us. He not only took us out of the pub days where players were drinking. He was the first one at Liverpool and at the Premier League level, I believe what I'm saying is right, to start looking at your diet, start looking at what you're drinking, when you're drinking it and why you're drinking it, start looking at your recovery days. And he took Liverpool from being dinosaurs into the 21st century, not just off the pitch, but on the pitch. He got us back to winning major trophies, which we hadn't done. The 4 or 5 in a season in 2001. And then this man did the biggest thing to Liverpool Football Club that anyone's done. He made Steven Gerrard at a young age captain. Yeah. He took the captaincy off Sami Hyypiä, who was a big international.
He played player. A big part in Gerrard being who Gerrard is.
And it's like, and we've had Chris Kirkland on, and you hear it. You went from the father figure in Gerard Houllier to Rafa Benitez, who was a bit more cold, which is why Gerrard struggled. Gerrard wouldn't be the player he was without Gerard Houllier. Liverpool wouldn't be in the position they're in now if it wasn't for Gerard Houllier. He revolutionised Liverpool, and obviously rest in peace, because I love this man, and I genuinely loved him as a manager, what he meant to Liverpool. Obviously the Hillsborough families, you know exactly what he did when it came to situations like the Hillsborough anniversary and stuff like that. Like, he was always there. So yeah, bit of a sad way to start, but he needs recognising because he's phenomenal.
I hear that.
Yeah, on a level, I even want to say a little piece on my man still.
That's fine.
Even though man's a United fan, he's one of the like that time of watching football, mid-90s, to say from the mid-90s to say like 13, 14, 15. If I'm thinking in my head, that's around the same times he was about. Maybe a bit before that he went, but that time of watching football, he's a major memory of that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's someone who stands out in Premier League history.
You see his face and it reminds you of the years he was involved in.
You know what? When I seen it today, I instantly seen the Carlsberg.
You
know what I mean? I literally just seen that Liverpool kit and I was like, and I felt wounded. And then I started remembering the players and this and that. And also, you know what it just brings me to as well, lads?
Go on.
We're getting on, you know.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. Yeah, Sophie just before, shout out to Sophie who does the drive time before, was letting me know how I'm getting on. So thank you for backing me up there a second time about me getting on. I'm glad I'm aging like wine, but still, thank you.
I'm used to it, innit? I get called old man from my kids all day long. See, I'm getting old. But we're getting on, man, because that's someone who was even though he was older, when I've seen he's passed away, I'm like, why? What's up with him? You know what I mean? But then I remembered a few years back, he had his heart scare and things like that, didn't he? I think was that when he was at Lyon.
No, it was when he was at us. He had a heart attack at us.
But then didn't he have? He had something.
Yeah, and then he had something else. He had something
Yeah.
else at Lyon. But the sad thing about this was he was literally just named. I think he was the director of football for the women's Lyon team.
Yeah,
literally about a day or two ago.
Oh wow.
So he's still active and still like fully involved. That's how you have to respect him.
No, but not even that. It's like, for example, I've obviously, because I follow a lot of the Liverpool journalists and stuff. Like he's just recovered from, or he had surgery about 2 or 3 weeks ago when he was recovering, and Liverpool journalists didn't realise he had surgery because obviously he's not very
open not out there,
to the public. Yeah. They were messaging him, asking him for advice or asking him to get in contact with people, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'll sort it out for you." Like that's the man that he was.
Yeah.
And like I said, Liverpool Football Club winning Champions Leagues, winning the Premier League for the first time, wouldn't be in this position if he didn't lay the foundation. And it was him.
None of that happens. None of that happens without Gerard Houllier. He is not your Fergie figure, but is that
he helped a lot. Like he
there's a man,
he laid the foundation for a lot of what's going on.
Klopp gets the credit for what Klopp's done now. But if I was to say, name me one man who embodies Liverpool,
Houllier,
for the past however many years, that's Gerard Houllier.
Because you remember him, like you said, the Carlsberg thing. Like you associate that with him.
I just remember that whole kit, that was, and you know what I would say about him as well?
Go on.
That team, what he had, and I'll say this is the Danny Murphy,
Michael Owen,
Fowler.
Yeah, Fowler
come
involved,
back.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it might even be El Hadji Juve
McAllister, John Arne Riise,
the man there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That team. That was a horrible time for United playing that team, and I don't mean like they might have not been doing the best in the league, but that form of Liverpool, apart from say the Torres Gerrard one, that one I just didn't like because it wasn't the quality even, it was they had a certain togetherness.
Yeah, you know that they can cause you issues as well.
Do you know
which
what I
they
mean?
did at times with Danny Murphy scoring, what was it, like twice back to back?
Yeah.
Winning goals at Old Trafford.
Twice 1-0 wins.
Right, twice 1-0 wins. And I swear he scored again like after that as well.
Yeah.
3 and 4 years.
Period of time.
Horrible, man. Horrible.
That's what I mean. It was like we didn't beat him for like 3 years, did we?
Yeah, it was horrible. It was
Something
horrible.
like that.
Big up to everyone locked in. We will get to the comments. Malcolm says, big up to the man them. Salute to Malcolm. Ryan says, rest in peace, Gerard Houllier. And we all here echo them sentiments. Rashid says, you man are killing it. Salute to Rashid.
Salute, man.
Each and every time.
You know what? Shout out to all of you, man, because I swear all of you, man, just locked into us about 40 minutes ago. I swear they did. I'm sure I seen Malcolm Ryan.
He was. Ryan was there. He's a Liverpool fan. Very good. Yes.
Malcolm was as well.
Shout out Ryan. He's
Shout
very
out
good. How's it going, people? Says Musavir.
Musavir's always there. And
going very well. Hope you are good too. Make sure you hit the like button on the YouTube video, people. Get them likes up. Get the likes up. Also, the Champions League win in 2005, even though we were under Benitez, it would have not been possible without Houllier. He brought the likes of Gerrard through. Exactly.
You know what?
It's a Liverpool fan.
Yeah, he is, isn't it? I was going to say that this is probably a perfect person to speak on this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stroll and Ryan also.
Ryan connection.
Yeah. Ryan's therefore someone who's you're going to see around us more because I guess we did the Get Out City podcast before City played Liverpool a few weeks ago, and he was very good. And I was like, he's very knowledgeable, very like Stroll, very level-headed. And it's strange that as our biggest arch rivals, I would think that I would have the biggest issues with their fans, but I actually get on very well with Liverpool fans. They seem to be very level-headed.
There's certain Liverpool fans I get on with better than
certain United fans.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Do you get what I'm saying?
Fact, the certain United fans I would not like in that seat where Stroll is sat right now.
The thing is, you get fans like Arsenal fans, and they speak to you as if they are the Liverpool fans. You would expect from the
Arsenal fans are the ones who do my head in the most.
Yes, you'd expect that from the Liverpool fans.
Yes,
do you get what I mean?
Expect it to.
That seems like a perfect segue.
Oh, perfect segue. Perfect segue. Absolutely perfect. So, Arsenal, this is no jokes aside. Are they currently in a relegation battle? This has to be discussed. That's in the title. We have to discuss this.
What do you mean? Are they?
I'm just posing the question.
You know what they're lucky?
I'm just mediating
here.
They're
so lucky.
Go on.
That there's someone in the league on 1 point at the moment.
Yeah.
Because honestly, is it Sheffield?
Sheffield United.
Sheffield had 5 or 6 points. Arsenal are in a really big. Arsenal could go down bottom if Sheffield are not on 1 point. The fact that Sheffield United are on 1 point.
So, do you want to see the table?
Yeah, I'm here.
Right,
I'm here looking at the table right now. So you got Sheffield United bottom on 1 point, West Brom in 19th on 6 points, Fulham at 18th on 8 points, Burnley after their great win yesterday at 17th on 9 points, Brighton Burnley are 17th on 9 points, Brighton are 16th on 10 points, and Arsenal are 50th on 13 points.
Just flick up to the top. I want to see what the columns are. 1 drawn, lost, goal. All right, go back down.
Yeah. So they've scored 10 goals in 12 games.
Arsenal have lost 7 games.
Out of 12. They've lost 4 in a bounce. At the Emirates.
Nah.
They haven't won. Look at the form chart. They haven't won in 5 matches.
Wow.
4 losses and 1 draw.
That is the second poorest record in the bottom 5. The only one poorer is the bottom team. No. Like, seriously, all jokes aside, all rivalry aside, they're in one hell of a fight. Do you know why?
Go on, let's say
this. Why they're in one hell of a fight? Because every last team down there is used to this.
So it's new to them.
They are equipped for this.
Right.
That, for those Arsenal players right there, is not what they're used to. And you know what? I don't want to say it, but they could do a Leeds easily. Because do you know what?
Really?
Do you know how far? No. Do you know how far I'll go to say it? Check this one out. See if you agree with me.
I'm all for this.
See if you agree with me.
Yeah.
Apart from Aubameyang, that's probably about as good as the team what Leeds got relegated with.
And I can name you the team Leeds got relegated with.
This is a wonderful segue. Give us the team that Leeds got relegated with, and then we're going to compare it to this current Arsenal side. We'll compare the current Leeds manager
without Aubameyang, by the way.
Like, let's see. Yes, like let's go. I am with this because Arsenal fans on AFTV, which I watched last night, and I'm going to watch again tonight as well, stated that they believe they're in a relegation fight.
Yo,
and when you
shout
look
out GNA.
Yeah, shout out my little bro, Ads GNA TV. Make sure you go subscribe to that. Ryan, just while Stroh's getting the lead, while Stroh's getting the Leeds team up, says unfortunately.
No, I've got it here.
Oh, you got it. All right, cool. I was gonna make that comment. It's calm. We'll get to you, Ryan.
No, get to the
all right, it says unfortunately, I was only around 3 or 4 years when we were under Houllier, but I made sure my dad told me everything about Houllier and what he did at the club.
And you know what? Just 1 second.
The reason why I respect that so much is because that's what you're supposed to. Knowledge is supposed to be passed down. That's why I had to beat you there. Not like my pops did it to me. He passed down knowledge on me on certain players. So that's what it is. So when obviously that's why I don't talk about certain Manchester United players because I never seen it, but I just talk about it on how I've been taught about it from my uncles and my pops. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, if you come to the park with me and you see my kids play football, if you heard the names they'll be shouting, you'd be like, brother, how old are these? Are these two? You'd think they're 2 midgets or something, and not children. These men will be talking about Beckham and Shevchenko and Salas and this and and
you educated them as you should.
You know what I'm saying? So that is what you're supposed to do. Dad is supposed to tell you everything when it comes to football. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But even for that comment there,
which one?
That's Musave's one.
Southampton next. We're gonna get to the fixtures.
Is that for
Arsenal? Yeah, their fixture list ain't good. Ooh. And someone said as well, even their fixture list is half of them because they're home away. So it's like, haha. That's what it is. The Nelson Muntz. Nelson Muntz, man. I know that. Come on, you already know. Man like Nelson. GNA TV says Arsenal are dead. Brighton have 2 good strikers in Welbeck and Mope, while Arsenal have nobody. LOL. Brighton should slap on them.
Zayn. I'm gonna be Zayn.
Go on.
I got Martinelli. You know what I mean?
Where is Martinelli? Complete side note. Is he injured? I actually rate him.
I think he was injured at some point.
He seems to have been shout out to Daniel. You get me? Jamie St. Patrick, Mesut Ozil settings ghost. He's been ghost.
Literally to say they've got a potential front 4 of Aubameyang, Nketiah, Martinelli, and Lacazette.
And you can throw Saka in that mix too.
You really something going on. That's firepower.
I know what's going on.
Go on.
I said this to you.
Go on.
Obviously, you were here. I said this to you. I found out a lot of stuff behind the scenes at Arsenal, which I'm going to come on to in a second because it's fascinating. But let's go for this Leeds team.
Yeah.
Paul Robinson in net.
But he's a decent goalkeeper. He wasn't the greatest, but he was a decent goalkeeper.
I'd say that's. Is this not like?
Okay, is he better than Leno now?
That's Paul Robinson.
All right, so let's say Paul Robinson better than Leno. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. This was going to go through.
I think this is when he was good.
And I'm going to state this. At one point, these two were up there with the best fullbacks in the league. Gary Kelly, Ian Hart.
Ian Hart was quality. I remember Ian Hart.
Gary Kelly was
his uncle. No one knows that.
Who's uncle?
Ian Hart. Gary Kelly was Ian Hart's uncle
I had no idea about that.
in real life.
Yo,
I feel like that. That's
matter.
crazy. I didn't know
Gary
that.
Kelly
but yeah,
for me was just.
I don't remember Gary Kelly too tough, but Ian Hart, I do remember.
Gary, yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It's just solid.
Yeah.
Just
Gary
solid.
Neville. All right, that makes sense. So we're saying he's bad. I'm saying Gary Kelly. So we're saying Gary Kelly's better than Bellerin, and we're saying who's their left back? Ian Hart over Tierney.
Over Tierney. Oh, yeah.
Ian Hart over Tierney. All right.
So yeah, Ian
Oh,
Hart.
that's cold. He went to the World Cup with his uncle.
Yeah.
I remember him. Did he take set pieces as well, Ian Hart?
Ian Hart.
Yes,
he
bro.
took set
Remember
pieces.
them?
He was a
Mad man.
that's what always number 3. Yeah,
Specialist, bro.
yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we've already established them 3: the goalkeeper and the 2 fullbacks.
Lucas Radaby.
No, say nothing.
Yeah, he would definitely get an Arsenal side.
35.
We know how bad the Arsenal centre backs
35.
are. Yeah.
Camera. French. Camera. You remember Camera?
I remember Camera. That's taking it back. Okay,
PSG's Camera.
Oh, yeah.
Inter Milan's Camera.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
basically,
basically,
bare cameras. I had to just check.
yeah.
Back
So
in the day, there was too many cameras.
Inter Milan, PSG.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. That's a
Alright,
solid back
So
four.
also Leeds' back 5 that went down is better than Arsenal's current back 5.
Right.
Go on, continue.
You ready? I'm just because it's going number order. Nick Barmby, and he was just come from Liverpool, and he was solid.
That's Nick Barmby.
That's Nick Barmby.
And
Man,
then-
I'm just gonna say you saying that for everyone.
The most underrated striker in Premier League history, Mark Viduka.
Yeah,
Mark
say
Viduka's
nothing.
quality.
Say
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
Throw Aubameyang back in. Throw Aubameyang back in because Mark Viduka is on his level. Not joking.
Right, go on, keep going.
Jermaine Pennant,
Solid.
Alan Smith,
Yeah, solid.
These men are just
This is proper Alan
solid.
Smith.
Yeah.
Scott Carson,
Goalkeeper.
Yep.
Yeah,
Back up.
James Milner,
yeah.
Yeah,
say
we all
nothing.
know about
Say
James
nothing.
Milner, yes.
Matthew Kilgallen, another solid
Yeah,
player.
say nothing.
Aaron Lennon,
Say nothing.
Wow.
David Batty,
Say nothing.
Solid. Yeah.
Marcus Dewberry,
Say nothing.
Wow.
or Michael Dewberry, shall
Michael
I say?
Dewberry. Say
Michael
nothing, bro.
Dewberry, you know.
Dominic Mateo,
Say nothing.
We also play for Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, say nothing, bro.
Okay. Yeah.
Telling you.
Seth Johnson, Lamina Sacco, he was solid. He was
Yeah,
on loan
Seth
from
Johnson was
Marseille.
good as well.
Yeah.
Young.
Fraser Richardson, another solid player.
Right back. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
basically, go on.
But this is the point. When Leeds win this situation, if you'd have said in 2001, after Leeds got to the semi-final and got beat in the Champions League, that they'd have got relegated, no one would have laughed because Leeds were one of the biggest teams in England.
You have to
at that point.
remember, this team's just sold Ferdinand. It's just sold Bowyer.
Yeah.
It's just
So
sold
Woodgate.
Woodgate.
Because Harry Kuehl has been sold
It's
at
just
that point.
sold
So
Harry
Harry
Kuehl.
Kuehl.
Yeah.
Michael Bridges.
Yeah.
Do you get? And if man don't know, Michael Bridges had a hot season, fam. He had a one hot season, bro. My man was like top of top. You know what I'm saying? Like so. Let's get that there. Or Olivier Dacour. He then went into
Remember
Milan.
Olivier Dacour?
He went into Milan
Yeah,
and did his thing. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the point that I'm making is you can't turn around and say that, oh, well, it's Arsenal, it's not going to happen.
Yo,
People
happen
were
to
in this
anyone.
position with Leeds.
There's a lot more steel. There's 500 times
More
steel, leadership, dedication, guts, nitty gritty in that Leeds team that went down.
Who was the manager of that Leeds side?
So initially,
In that Les guy or
it was initially.
Yeah, who were the 2 managers? I'm just trying to get my bearings back for this.
So it was. Bear with me one
got
second.
rid of-
Manager was Peter Reid, Eddie Gray, because they just got rid of Dermot O'Leary the season before.
Okay.
Peter Reid-
yeah, the change manager. Went
Yeah,
down there as well.
but Peter Reid's a solid manager.
Yeah, this is them times. And who's his number 2?
Eddie Gray,
Eddie Gray, solid.
and it's
These are people who've made a career. Peter Reid, you know what I mean?
Peter Reid at that time was our version of Big Sam.
Yes.
I get what you're saying.
He'd go to Sunderland and he'd save them. He'd
Yeah,
go
yeah,
to,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
He was doing a Pulis.
But yeah,
The
and
real
then-
Pulis.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like half a
before them.
Pulis.
He's
Yeah.
there before them. You know what I'm saying?
But Arsenal. So I'll explain. I'm not going to name names, but I was told by credible people
Mhm.
who know a lot of stuff inside Arsenal. There's a split in the changing room, and I'm talking a ginormous split. So
Right.
to the point where Mikel Arteta and David Luiz aren't talking, and that's going to start coming to the papers in the next
I've
couple of
heard
days.
something about this.
I've heard the same thing.
Right. There's the Mesut Ozil camp. There's the Arsenal camp. So for those of you who aren't aware, Mesut Ozil, given his religion and his beliefs, came out with a comment and a tweet on Twitter basically talking about certain things that are going on in China that he disagrees with, human rights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now, Arsenal as a fan base, I've got a huge pull in the Asia market. As a business, last thing you want to do is to damage anything income-wise to that market, because it's significant for United.
Yeah.
It's huge for Chelsea. Well, not so huge for Chelsea. It's okay for City. It's massive for Liverpool, massive for United, yeah, and big for Arsenal. So everyone's asking, where's Mesut Ozil? That's why.
Right. It's not footballing reasons. It's
No, and
him talking on politics and things of that
and
nature.
major shareholders at the club are
and this is the issue. So then you've got the Ozil camp, the Kolasinac. When's the last time you seen Kolasinac?
Ooh, and what your Guendouzi's and players like that,
no, they got rid
and
of him,
Socrates
didn't they?
and players like that.
When was
Oh
the last
yeah,
time?
they did get rid of him. Yeah.
When was the last time you seen them?
Hmm.
And then you've got the players who just want to just get on with the job, and do you know what I mean? The Granit Xhakas of this world, the Aubameyangs of this world, the younger players. Do you know what I mean? The Bellerins, the people who you can clearly see have been left out for a reason, but you can't quite put your finger on.
Right.
Because there's a split in the camp.
Yeah.
And then it boils over into training. I'm sure we all seen the Ceballos in.
Yeah, I heard about this.
Who was it? Ceballos and who was it? Was it David Luiz?
And they basically have come to throwing punches at each other.
Ooh.
I'd have been a dead fight.
But
I'd have been a dead scrap. Dead.
So
dead.
This is the issue that Arsenal are now in, right? As a manager, how are you not talking to your players?
You're complex.
How are you not talking to David Luiz? He's one of your centre backs.
He's one of your senior players as well.
More
and someone
times.
you fought to keep.
More time he's your candidate for a captain.
Yeah, he fought to keep him.
So what does that tell you?
That Arteta's lost the dressing room.
The dressing room was lost before Arteta went in there.
Mm.
Because of this Ozil situation, because of other incidents that have gone on. It's a mess. It's been a mess since Wenger left. There's a reason why Unai Emery failed.
Yeah.
There's a reason why now Mikel Arteta's failing after a great start, because what happened in that interim period where he had a great start, the Mesut Ozil tweet. And then now look what happened.
I told man about that doing good. It was a bounce.
You reckon? Yeah, you did say that.
I said that.
Because I was one of them. I was like, I like Arteta, and it looks like I got it. That one catastrophic.
It was a bounce.
Very wrong, I should say.
So you know what it is?
Catastrophically wrong.
See, with the bounce thing, yeah, it can only really work at certain places if you've got the players to then carry it. The bounce needs to be carried by the players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And they don't have that because it's Arsenal. But I said this last week, and I've said this before. Arsenal are Manchester United just without the talented players on the pitch. It's the same thing. The situation's the same.
So then that's player, manager. Then you move up to board level. You've got board members taking money from the club. Underhanded. And they've now had to leave their positions at Arsenal.
Okay.
You've then got owners who are more concerned with the LA Rams than they are about Arsenal. They're more concerned about the Sophie Stadium in LA, where they're paying £5 billion for it.
Yeah.
And they've had to go to the shareholders of the NFL for payments for that stadium, because you're more concerned about that than you are anything else. Arsenal's in a bad position, and I'm not just talking footballing wise as the results show. I'm talking about togetherness. There is none. There's a split in that dressing room, which is hindering them on the pitch. You see Granit Xhaka doing what he did.
Oh, we're going to get to that.
You then see Pepe reacting in the way he did. They're two incidents where...
That's all frustration.
That's frustration. That's incidents where...
Interesting.
They're not one-offs. They're not one-offs. It's the same reaction.
It's becoming a regular thing.
Like?
And the thing is with Pepe, Xhaka, but Pepe, as far as I've seen, that's uncharacteristic. That doesn't seem in his nature. Xhaka makes sense. You're like, okay.
Point.
But Pepe, go on.
This is my point. It's kind of like, when you're playing for have you ever wanted a transfer when you're at like Sunday League level?
Yeah.
And you go there and doing your thing, and then boom, it hits you in it mid-match. These men are dead.
Yeah, I've been there.
That's what that is,
He's just realizing that.
That's Pepe saying, you man are dead. And even though he's dead, he's saying, right, I know I've been dead, but yous are just dead.
Like, yous are worse. There's no hope.
Yeah.
I need help.
Yeah, and then Jack is like, oh, we're here again. So he's already been through it.
Yes.
Jack is one's like, oh, we're here again. Oh, you know what? Won it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I genuinely, this isn't a Man United fan speaking. Yeah. Even though I do support Manchester United, which some of you will probably point out, I'm being hypothetical. When I'm speaking to you like this now, this is me speaking as a football fan. This is me remembering the Leeds thing, because
that's too good to go down.
Yeah, one thing I will say from the Leeds thing, I wasn't hurt.
Oh,
I wasn't hurt by Leeds going down. But,
I was ecstatic about it.
But
we're going.
I did actually. How can I put this so you understand it? I liked Mark Viduka. Do you understand?
As a player,
yes. For me to not see this guy was like, it just didn't sit right with me.
You're talking from a footballing fan perspective.
Yeah.
And bear in mind, Leeds helped us win a league title as well when you beat Arsenal 3-2 on their home patch.
There's a lot of like players in that Leeds team who I was like, oh, come on, bro. Like,
you wanted to see again.
I wanted to see them Leeds. You know what? As much as I didn't like Leeds, they were never a threat to me, so I could watch them more, if that made sense.
I get what you're saying, yes.
I knew that Leeds would never stop us from winning a title or something like that. Leeds would never have been someone who we'd be fighting for a title with. So I could watch a Leeds versus Liverpool, which I thought was a very entertaining game. This is the point I'm trying to make. It's coming to me. Leeds offered something to the Premier League which we have missed and we've never been able to replace. Maybe with the rise of Tottenham now a bit, but it was like Leeds were doing back then what a Tottenham are trying to do now.
Right.
Leeds were on the way to establish themselves as the next big thing. Do you get what I mean? So for English football at that time, we probably don't even realize it, but English football at that time lost out major.
Well, when Leeds went down.
When Leeds went down. You can't be at a Champions League semi and then get relegated a few years later. And you tell me there's some major things not gone wrong internally. And
yeah, definitely.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Major.
Like, as much as I hated Leeds, I loved watching them play. Leeds played good football.
Right.
It's almost something akin to the old Arsenal. Like, all of us can sit here and say we hated them, but
we appreciate the football. Just because we dislike you, we can respect the skill set.
Like,
that's what we're saying.
Like, so for me, a Harry Kewell, a Viduka, a Bowyer, a Alan Smith, I loved watching these play. I'm a football fan first.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So when Leeds went down, that was terrible. Do you get what I'm saying? And then this is why, don't get me wrong, as much as everyone's going to sit here now and say, I'd love to see Arsenal go down. I tell you now, if Arsenal go down, that's catastrophic for English football.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why? Do you know why it'll be even worse? Because they will then be the first club, in my eyes, first big club, to be ruined by foreign investment. And that's why I think it's vital for Arsenal to get it right. Because what I can see happening with Arsenal, you know what I can see happening with Arsenal? They could set a very dangerous trend. And this trend could be foreign owners realizing their mistakes and getting out and leaving clubs. Because if Arsenal go down, Kroenke or whatever they're gone. Yeah. Then you'd say probably not United, because we make way too much money. We're too much of an asset for someone to leave. I don't think Arsenal make as much money as us. I know they don't make as much money as us in those terms. Do you know what I mean? So it would be really hard for United to go down. We could, if this was United right now and we actually thought we was in trouble, we'd probably throw some money at it in January. I can't see Arsenal saying, oh, you know what? Here's 80 mil in January. Try something.
I get what you're saying about the loss of them to English football. And from a footballing perspective, yes. Would I personally miss United Arsenal in the Premier League? Of course. I love.
I know what you're going to say, but I got the perfect rebuttal.
I love those games in it. So from an English football perspective, fantastic.
Yeah.
But if
You just
Arsenal
want
get
all your rivals to get
No,
relegated.
one second.
but from a rival perspective, as a United fan, if Arsenal get relegated and say we finish in the top 4 or something, I would be dancing.
Yes.
That's not.
But then there's
it's not-
no more AFTV and chill, my guy.
Oh no! Of course there is.
What AFTV and chill Championship edition?
At
It don't
Barnsley
bang.
and that. When them man get beat at Barnsley, you think they not going mad and that?
It's not gonna
You
bang.
think they ain't going mad, fam.
not gonna
Fam,
bang.
it's gonna bang even more. You get what I'm saying? You telling me, yeah? These man going away. Let's put this into perspective, yeah. Not only Aubameyang in the Championship, Lacazette in the Championship.
Aubameyang ain't gonna be
Yeah,
there,
man, in that Championship.
You know what?
Who's paying his money? Who's paying his money?
Hear me.
In
Go on.
our AC Milan,
Check this.
you can't go down
Nah,
to the
one sec.
Championship that way.
One sec. If they get relegated, they're done for.
Yes, and that's
No. Listen to me.
Yeah, go on.
Because none of you see these same man who are walking around getting smacked up in the Prem.
Go on.
These man are bougie, you know. These man are. Do you think Bellerin? Listen to his name. That's not a championship name.
That's not a
A
championship.
Bellerin, Hector Bellerin. No, he's bougie, fam. This guy wears glasses and he don't need to. You know the man who wears specs and he don't need to. These bougie dons and
No,
that.
you telling me you wouldn't watch, if Arsenal, go down to the Championship, they go away to Huddersfield and get beat. The AFTV, that's going to be like prime Wenger years. Them man are going to go through the roof.
Imagine it. Troops ain't just like taking my phones. He's picking my man up and
Yeah,
shaking it, bro.
it's
Like,
gonna be.
Yo, them man away at Preston and that on a cold Wednesday night when we're in the Champions League.
in a cold night in Stoke.
You know with them.
Yo, Stoker in the Championship
I
before
know,
a cold night in
a
the
cold
Stoke.
night in
You know,
Stoke.
with them,
Can Aubameyang get a cold night in Stoke?
The Championship
Their
centre
elbows,
backs.
elbows in here. You know this part
Oh,
between your shoulder blade when you jump and then.
This
bro.
will be, I'm going to put this out there now. If Arsenal go down, AFTV could turn. It could be as good or better than when it was prime Wenger. Their subs will go through their roof. I am telling you right now. I can see it.
For
the entertainment value. Imagine them man going away to Coventry and getting beat on a Monday night.
Here's the thing, though. I honestly, I wouldn't like to see it.
I'd love to see it.
No,
I'm praying they get relegated.
Really honest. I wouldn't like to
I'd
see
love
it
to
because,
see it.
like, how do I put it? Do you remember? All right, then I'll put it to you like this.
I'm
Do you
just
remember
laughing.
when? Do you remember
Go
when
on.
City were Maka?
Yeah.
And we didn't have a derby for time.
Yeah.
It was actually Maka, bro.
I
Now,
listen.
let's get it twisted. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
It was Maka when we didn't play City. When we were. Do you get where I'm coming from?
I get what you're
I
saying.
missed derbies, bro.
Yeah, but I would take.
Maka.
It was Maka, but I'll always take the hit because there's always one, I just don't like it. I don't want to see you have success. Two, there's a chance we can get you in the FA Cup or the League Cup. I'm with that. Like when we played Leeds were gone for ages. This is how long we're talking. I remember we played Leeds in the League Cup. You know how long ago it was? Jemba scored the winning goal actually because we played him. Yeah, Jemba scored the winning goal. It was 3-2 or something like that.
I remember
And
the Beckford
David
one as
had him.
well.
The Beckford, yeah. I don't
2011.
remember. Was it 2011? That's what so it's kind of like, yeah, we're going to play you. We'll see you eventually. Would I miss playing Arsenal? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, fully. But I will take the hit on that. Sometimes, you got to cut off your nose to spite your face or whatever the saying is.
Yeah,
I
that's
am
it.
with that.
Do you know what
I
it
am
is?
with
I
that.
can't see him
Us,
recovering,
imagine
you know?
us in the Champions League on a Wednesday night and these men are away at Wickham. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know when you look at
These men are away at Wickham. These men are away at Wickham.
Yo,
We're playing
losing 2-0 to an Akafem double. Come on, man. The beast out here. Let's
you will
go.
be able to hear DT and troops and them man screaming for wherever that.
I think they quit.
They don't quit. You know why they don't quit? Because one thing I rate about them man and people always criticize is them man are Arsenal through and through. Them man are Arsenal
Yeah,
through
but
and
you see
through.
the man are making videos of you manipulating your movements to look like you moonwalking and that.
He's
and
doing that,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. When
Brother,
the
I'm
man are
telling
losing
you.
at home to QPR and get me on a Thursday night, that is going to be great, fam. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
It would be. It would be fantastic.
Bro, I wouldn't.
It wouldn't be United winning a Premier League or Champions League, but it's the thing just underneath.
I know, but I wouldn't swap at Arsenal for any of those.
I'd definitely swap Arsenal for a Brentford.
I'm talking.
Why not both London?
Football quality.
Yeah. Brentford play good. They play better stuff than this Papa Pulis crap that we're getting.
The funny thing is they use Arsenal thing.
Brentford play better stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Facilities, don't they?
Yeah,
Training ground.
Brentford play, and hopefully they go. Like Brentford play better
I
stuff.
think when Arsenal train, when Arsenal train, they can see Brentford or something.
It'd be fantastic, man. You know what I'm saying?
That should be enough thingy.
Imagine
that should
it.
be enough warning, enough, you know.
Let's put this out. If Arsenal and I don't think it will happen, but if Arsenal and both Leeds get relegated in the same season, brilliant.
Leeds ain't getting
But
relegated.
I don't think they will. I don't think that's what I'm saying.
What?
I don't think they'll get relegated.
Leeds won't get relegated.
I don't think they'll get relegated.
I'm
you know
telling
why?
you
You
now.
know why I think they won't get relegated? Because I think there's teams worse than them.
You know
That's
why I
why.
think they will get relegated?
Go on,
100%. This guy does not know when to show up shop.
All right, we won't get to that.
I agree. I'll come on.
1,000,000%. This
yeah.
guy will get relegated And it's what we just said. He will get relegated and stick to his guns. And he'll be happy.
DJ Hardy, shout out DJ Hardy says DT would pack his bag and go support Chelsea or certain low. Now, like I said, one thing about these man, Chelsea, I mean DTs and your troops, them man are Arsenal through and through.
The Skrilla's there.
Yeah, be them man are Arsenal through and through. That's why when people try and criticize a Rants or Saeed and be like, oh, you're fake. No, them man act like that and will respond to certain games is because they're united through and through. Like that's why you see man wilding out and going crazy. DJ Hani also says Arteta can't be the problem. See enough people saying this guy knows ball so well, but then D'Angelo on the other hand says, man, like Lego head Arteta. He's an enemy of ballers like Ozil.
Right,
these true artists of the game don't exist anymore, and they treat him like this pagan of a club. DJ Hani also says, in my opinion, Arsenal fans and the board still cling on to the fact that they're a big club and cling on to their past achievements. Ryan says that they're partying in the championship. Them man had Deneo outside the stadium and that. Go party hard. And all that stuff in it in the chat. Go do that in the championship, you get me? Take your time with it. Take your time with it. Take your time with it.
You know what it is though? I'm gonna murder Arteta right now.
Yeah, go on.
I'm gonna murder, pure murderation.
And then we'll go talk on the actual game. The relegation 6-pointer. Go on.
So man are gonna tell me.
Are you laughing? Yours a relegation 6-pointer or not?
Man are gonna tell me right now, yeah?
Go on.
That Mick Phelan, yeah? has no right being a assistant manager, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
No right. But he's done how many years under Fergie?
Yeah.
So you're telling me 2 years under Pep gets you credit? See, this is where our media is crazy, you know? This is where the English media is mad. Because there's no other country in the world you could get into a top team.
I get what you're saying.
My man has worked with Fergie. Phelan's worked with Fergie in the most successful period of Manchester United Football Club.
Facts.
Yet he doesn't. Yet he is garnered as not having enough experience to be our number 2 under Ole. How does Arteta do 2, 3, however many years he did under Wenger? Under Pep. And he's rated as being good enough. Everyone's talking about, oh, he did Pep's number. No, he didn't do Pep's number, bro. He just knew his tactics. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get that right. He didn't have Pep's number. He just knew his tactics at that current period in time. Because once Pep did something different, he wasn't able to do anything. The last time they met, Pep beat him.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're making valid points. Yeah.
This is where I would say that a lot of years, no, he's not good enough, and he never has been. He never has been good enough to be a manager. 2 years of being an assistant manager does not make a good manager. Man might say, oh, yeah, I keep hearing this. Oh, yeah, but he was doing a lot of the talking. Maybe Pep told him what to say.
That's a fair point. I have heard that give him instruction, but maybe Pep is helping him.
Maybe Pep just said, right, you go over here and say this, because I can't be bothered.
Yeah.
And maybe, so all these times people are saying, well, he was doing the team talks. Yeah, he's been told what to say. Do you think I don't go into a meeting with my boss? My boss don't want to go and speak to who he would consider as his foot soldiers. You know what I'm saying? In his workplace, he doesn't speak to the hired help. He gets me to do it. He gets another manager to do it. Is that any different from Pep?
That could have been Pep and Arteta.
Following it down to Arteta and Arteta, because as soon as because this is all I'm getting from it. Because I'm seeing someone, for me, how defensive he plays tells me his first port of call is, I know I'm not good enough, or I know these players aren't good enough.
I think it's more the latter there.
I don't know. You know why I think it's him?
Go on, why do you think it's him?
Because it's so defensive. Right. There's being defensive,
and
there's shutting up shop.
Yeah.
For me, he's not being defensive. He's
shutting up shop.
Arteta starts the match like, I don't know.
Like he's won the
like Jose Mourinho would employ a tactic at 85 minutes, 1-0 up. Do you understand? Like, let's get through this next 5 minutes. That's what I look at, you know. When I watch Arsenal, it's like, let's get through this match. It's like, you just started.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Go on,
the issue with Arsenal is an identity. As a manager, the identity of the players, the identity of the team, the style of play comes from you. Look at Klopp. You know what kind of style he plays.
Yeah.
Right? Look at Pep. What kind of style he plays. Chris Wilder, although he's in the position that he's in, you know how Sheffield United are going to set up and play.
There's a style.
With Arsenal, the identity thing is he doesn't know whether to go defensive. He doesn't know whether to go attacking. So he goes from one extreme to the other. He goes well overboard with the defensive and then he goes well overboard with the attacking, where the point where he gets left exposed, which is why then he reverts back to the defensive because of how much he's gone over in the first place.
Do you know what it
It's all
is?
down to him.
He's very similar to a certain grey-haired Norwegian man in the Northwest, where he probably does have something which he has an idea that he wants to do, but he's not confident enough yet.
Yeah, he's just not confident. But the thing is, I would understand that because this is your first job in your first year in management. So I would understand you not being confident enough and you doubting yourself. But go on, continue.
But here's my thing, and this is one of those what's the word I'm looking for? Casualties of time. Yeah, as I like to call it. He's a casualty of time. You know why? If he comes in after Wenger, it's absolutely perfect. It's the perfect managerial appointment if he comes in after Wenger. Do you know why?
Go on, right?
Because they still got that little tippy-tappy midfield and attack.
Yeah.
Million passes in the box tapping. They still got that. But I feel as if Ljungberg has come in, wiped a bit of it out. So look, if you imagine every manager they've had, they've rubbed a little bit off the board. So Ljungberg come in, said, "Oh, you know what? I'll rub this first bit out. I don't like it." Yeah. And then the man after that's come in and said, "That first bit's all right, but I don't like that middle bit." And he's rubbed off the middle bit. And then Arteta's come in lastly, and he's rubbed off the last bit. But what he's probably not realised he's done, or that the other managers have done, is they have taken away the only thing which made Arsenal good still.
And that was that attacking flair that they still had. They could still score goals.
They could.
You could still beat a team 3-0 that you didn't expect them to beat at times.
How Arsenal are defending now is how Arsenal have defended for the past 10, 15 years.
Yeah, we know we've always known that they've had defensive issues and defensive frailties.
Yes. The only thing with Arsenal is that they still had that little... That's what I call it, yeah? Because it's not quite tiki-taka. It's not quite Barcelona level. It's just like... It can come off sometimes and look amazing. You get them little goals like with the Giroud and Wilshere one where Wilshere, you know, that like a thousand passes.
It looks good.
It was like there was like 1,000 passes, and then he remember where it was like flick, 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 boom, kick, kick, boom, oh. It's like a FIFA goal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then Wilshere flicked it in the bottom corner, and it's like one of the best Premier League goals of all time, innit? You know what I mean? But they don't have that anymore.
Yeah,
and
that's gone. One
thing I'll tell you now, and I don't think that's gone. I think that's disappeared forever. I don't think that's coming back.
No, not with this squad of players.
No, not with the club.
You reckon the club?
Yeah, I mean, like
it would take a major overhaul for it to happen.
What I mean by this is, do you remember when it used to be like the League Cup?
Yeah.
And Wenger would bring in like the next Henry. He'd have the next Henry, the next Fabregas, the next Vieira.
He'd have all these youngsters in the team.
Next Ashley Cole, the next, and it's like, whoa, like how can all these men be the next? But then you watch them playing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you're saying.
Even if these men played 5 matches for Arsenal, they looked good and that. You were like, oh, this guy's a player. And then you might have never heard of him again. Do you know what I mean? But they all played that certain way. Yeah. Wenger had that.
He did.
Only thing that Wenger, I said this for a long time, if Wenger had the defensive capabilities, Wenger would have been more successful than Fergie. I honestly believe that.
He definitely could have been. It was just
I think it's a wrap.
Yeah,
because I always have said, even the greatest Arsenal team, like Invincibles, that's the only time I've seen an Arsenal team that could like defend as well as they could attack. Do you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, because the defenses he had there, that was already built in from him. He doesn't know how to build defenses.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So he had his Steve Bolt.
Yeah.
Nigel Winterburns.
Yeah.
Tony Adams. Lee Dixon.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Martin elbow in Ruud van Nistelrooy neck key on. You know what I'm saying?
Speaking of grabbing in the necks, let's go to this. Obviously, Xhaka got sent off for grabbing McNeil in the neck. And is this just a moment? He is someone I would expect this type of thing from, so it's not a shock because I know he's a hothead.
You can get that out of him, innit?
Yes, you can. So it's kind of like, has he just seen red? And
but here's the thing. Just pause it a sec.
Yeah.
You see, who was that who dashed him then?
I think Lacazette was trying to pull him back.
So Laka tried the thing.
He was trying to know. I think because he's trying to pull him back so he doesn't get sent off at this point.
Yes. But here's my thing. Yeah. Where's the rest of yous? Because I'm telling you right now, if you put in a tackle too hard on Xhaka in training, more time he's doing this. What he's doing right there, he's doing that. That's him. That's Xhaka's personality. So these man know my man
very well. Yeah.
Same way as if we walk out of here now, and someone's going on bad and they bump into me, yeah, or do something, you're gonna go, yeah, just allow him.
Yeah,
you're gonna push me away, or you
that's
know what I
exactly
mean?
what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Because you know what I'm like.
Yeah, you know,
or
character.
something could happen with you too, and I know what you're like, so I'll do. That's what you do, innit?
Yes.
So here's my thing. That's a leadership issue, not just that's not just in the starting 11. That's the whole squad. Because more time, even if I have to run on the pitch and push my man, do you get what I'm saying?
Do something just to make sure he doesn't get sent off.
Make sure he don't get sent off.
Yeah, you know exactly what it is.
I'm on the bench. If I get sent off, I'm not even on the pitch. You know, it's not counted for nothing.
Yes.
I'll hold my banner and get a little fine from the FA if I have to run and just push you, and it keeps us in a game. Because more time, that's your tallest player there. Your tallest player's been sent off. What happens not long after?
Good finish.
Good finish by Aubameyang. That's a great flick.
Nice to see him back scoring again.
That's a great flick. But like I say, when you're playing as a left wing back, because he did set up Tierney for a
But
great
do you know what that is?
Them type of things gonna happen.
Do you know what that is?
Go on.
Was it not? I think it was either earlier this season or last season. When did Martial score?
It was this season.
Martial did that for us, didn't he?
PSG.
Very recently, innit?
PSG, yeah.
That's because you shouldn't have a striker in the box. Because you see, when I was taught this from a very young age, you see when you try and make a striker defend, things like corners and things like that, unless he's like a Didier Drogba who has that in him anyway,
that aerial prowess,
they will always face the goal. They will always flick toward its instinct. Do you understand? So even though that's not his player who's crossed that, he's not trying to head that way because he's not programmed that way, is he? He's programmed that way. A forward always faces the goal.
Which is why that's a perfect point, because, for example, you'll see Aubameyang in them positions and it's all about repetition. So you shoot with your left foot, repetition. You shoot with your right foot, repetition. You're jumping up and timing these balls at the front post to flick it on.
You're flicking.
It's repetition.
Do you get what I'm saying?
So you might mean to get it out that way, but subconsciously, because you practice it time after time, naturally you flick your head in a certain way, and obviously it's going to go towards the goal.
It's like when I seen someone tweet us when Martial did that. I was like, great finish. I said, yes, it is, because that's what he trains to do.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Do you get what I mean? Like, he literally does that all day. It might not work at the moment, but that's what he is actually trained to do. So when you're saying great finish, sarcastically, you're actually complimenting him.
It's a compliment, because that is actually, like, if he scores that, I'm like, that's a good header.
But this is what I'm trying to say. This is where the point I'm coming to before about why I'm saying his whole thing is just survive. Because if it's attack, if he has any ounce of attack in his mind, he's playing Burnley, who are known for being what?
Defensive.
And along with being defensive, they're quite slow.
Yes.
So you have the fastest, if not, I'd say probably the fastest centre forward in the league.
Yeah.
Anyone else you think is faster, put his name on a sheet, put his name on a card, P.O. box, I don't give a damn. Yeah. So this is where I'm telling you now. This is why I'm saying to you, his whole thing is survive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because I know how you man in the comments like to try and come for me sometimes.
P.O. box, I'm using that.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. If he had anything about him, he has Aubameyang at least. You want to dash, you know. He has Aubameyang at least on the edge of his own box, if not the halfway line.
Hey, yo. P.O. box, I don't give a damn.
You know why? Because
I thought you was genuinely gonna give a genuine postcode.
Nah, I'm having it a bit. I'm having it a bit at the moment with you, man, in the comments. Yeah,
Yo.
I'm having it a bit. You know what I'm saying? It's not. We're not having the best relationship at the moment. Not on today's show. You've been good on today's show, yeah.
P.O. box, I don't give a damn.
But this is my thing. If this guy, if Mikhail Half-Price Allardyce Arteta was really about winning, Aubameyang's not in them positions.
Yeah, facts.
And Aubameyang, like, as much as we're busting jokes or Aubameyang being left wing back, Aubameyang should be nowhere near the wing.
But the thing is, he's putting in crosses for Tierney.
But here's the thing:
it should be the other way around.
Exactly. Yeah, and I'll put it to you like this: play Aubameyang on the wing, if you've got Mbappe up front. Or if you've got Haaland up front, or if you, do you know what I mean?
You got Kane or somebody.
Even if you've got someone as lethal as him, that makes sense. But when you don't, just leave him up front. Do you get what I'm saying? Lacazette is not Aubameyang.
Oh yeah, the chance he missed in this game was terrible, Lacazette as well.
And then, so for me, you've got
big chances. He's missing Anfield.
Yes, that's
Burnley.
One.
They're two big chances.
Yeah, and they could change games, and they could change.
Go back to the table.
the
If that's
30
if
points
that's
they
if
have.
that's 6 points we're talking about, where does it put them? That's how sick it is.
6 points puts them on 19 points, which puts them a mere goal difference to be better, say 9th, 10th. So they're in mid-table. They'd be in
Do you understand
mid-table,
what I'm saying?
right on top of City, United, Everton, West Ham, etc.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Sure.
So that's two. So this is that's perfect to what I'm saying, because why would you watch Lacazette miss those chances and then go, yeah, next match Aubameyang, you're on the wing again. You know what I'm saying? Like, man had some contemplation for. That's why I did that pause, by the way. I didn't glitch out on it. It's good internet today. Not that mine's not good, but yeah. That's why I think I think he's not mad, but I just, you know, sometimes when you can't understand.
Yes, you don't understand.
Like, obviously,
we're United fans, we've had many conversations about Ollie when
you get what I'm saying?
he's made decisions and you're like, I don't get it.
But
like,
there's as many as I think a lot of Ollie's decisions are bad. Some of Arteta's is like, that makes zero.
makes
Like,
zero
I
sense.
sometimes I can't understand why Ollie's done something, but I know why he's done it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes
But
sense.
I don't understand anything Arteta's doing. I don't understand having 3 at the back and then 2 defensive midfielders and then wing backs. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Just build a wall.
Yeah.
Just get the bricks and mortar and just build a wall in the goal. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
I'm looking at it here. So we're looking at, before we move on, look at it. So Arsenal play home to Southampton on Wednesday the 16th. That's not an easy game for them, considering how Southampton been playing and Arsenal's home form. They've lost 4 games in a row on the bounce.
You know what it is? That is the exact type of team they're losing these games to.
Yes, because Ryan said it in the comments that even though Arsenal were bad in the past, you would still expect them to beat your Burnleys and teams like that at home. They're playing Everton away.
But do you know what?
Go on.
One second, just a quick thing. That's crept in over the past few years at the Emirates. The little Emirates. Do you know when it began?
Go on.
I remember a certain Brazilian genius who used to play for Barcelona and ended up at Hull. Certain Mr. Giovanni. Yeah. I remember this guy because he was.
I remember Giovanni.
Do you remember when? Do you know why I remember Giovanni?
Go on.
From when United played the Barcelona and it was that 3-3, and he was like some little 20-year-old Brazilian. And anytime you see a Brazilian for Barcelona, you're like, who's this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So them type of times there, he was about there with Rivaldo and that. So when I'm seeing him at Hull, I'm like, okay. From then, you see when them Hulls, I think Hull went there one season, first game of the season, won.
Yeah.
I think Villa did it, won. Someone else did it, won. And I'm like, that's a bad pattern. You know when
teams keep coming to
Emirates and
winning.
it was always the newly promoted or like second season.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So this is Emirates has become somewhere for the lesser teams of the league. I don't like calling teams little teams.
Yeah, lesser teams.
The
yeah,
lesser
that's it.
teams.
Yeah, lesser teams.
Who have lost, who have beaten Arsenal in these type of games. So that's where someone like a Southampton would be looking at that like licking the lips. Even there, is that? Oh no, West Brom have got him away.
I'm looking at it. So yeah, we're gonna get into this. So obviously you got Arsenal Southampton on Wednesday. So that's the 16th. That's 2 days. So that's gonna be a very interesting game.
Hard
That's
game.
tough. Then 3 days later, they're away to Everton, who are in good form. That's very tough.
I expect him to get beat.
I expect him. The Southampton one, I can see a draw. I can see them getting beat. by
You know why I
Everton.
can see him getting beat?
Yeah, go on.
1 second. Did they sell the Walcott? Did he sell Walcott?
Yeah, they did sell World Cup. You reckon what? World Cup masterclass.
Oh, Walcott he's
And
going to
then-
turn into a prime Henry.
Yeah.
He's going to turn into a prime Henry against them. I'm telling you.
And then they've got City in the Carabao Cup, but that's the quarterfinal at
Yeah,
home.
that's a wrap.
Then they've got Chelsea. Chelsea
How
come
many
to the
days
Emirates.
after?
So 22nd, they're playing City, and then 4 days later on the 26th, Boxing Day, they'll be playing Chelsea at home. Then they got
it's that congestion.
Boxing
too,
yeah.
isn't it?
Then they got 2 relegation 6-pointers. These are big games. Let's put
Yeah,
this into
nah,
perspective.
serious.
Big
2
games.
big games for Arsenal. So on the 29th of December, they have Brighton away,
bro.
and then the 2nd of January,
Yo,
they have West Brom away.
see, I
These
don't
are
know if
serious
man are realizing what's happening there,
Go on,
brother. Check this out.
let's go.
Southampton,
Mhm.
Walcott winner.
Okay.
Everton, he will be winner. Chelsea, you have the Arsenal Chelsea.
Yeah. The rivalry's
what I
there.
mean?
Yes.
Brighton, Welbeck winner.
Ooh.
West Brom game, the centre back Ajayi, who they let go,
Okay, Kieran Gibbs.
or Kieran Gibbs. We're gonna have worldies. Go down. I'm telling you, I can see it, bro. This is how football works.
Then the FA Cup.
Newcastle always give them a game.
Yeah, FA Cup third round.
Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace away with Zaha and your Emmys. Eze, should I say? Yes.
They have a chance. Up to that. You get what I'm saying?
Newcastle again.
Remember me? You know what I'm saying?
Then Southampton after that.
Again. Prime World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Then us there, innit? Hopefully Lingard dances for the third time. Yes.
Take your time with it.
Then they got Wolves away, which is always a tough game.
You know what I'm saying?
Villa away.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, let's keep going. Villa away.
I think they're going down.
Yeah, you got Villa away, who are tough, obviously tough, who are playing well. Then they have Leeds straight after the Villa game. We all know about Leeds.
You know, with all this fixture
and then City away. City at home to them, should I say?
Oh my God! No. Nah. They've been finished off. Check that. So look, they've got us.
Yeah.
So last day of January, United. 2nd of February, Wolves. 6th of February, Villa. 13th, Leeds. Then this is where it's going to hit them. Boom, Europa League, Benfica, City. Then back to Benfica, Leicester, Burnley, Tottenham, West Ham, Liverpool, Sheffield United. Nah, bro. So literally, from now, just go back up to where we are now. How many of these games, how many of them are givens? I can't see many givens.
I'm looking at it.
Honestly,
the two relegation 6 pointers, Brighton and West Brom away, they're the two I'm looking at.
They're the two, innit?
They're the two I'm looking at. Still, like, if they don't win them games, they could be in trouble.
No, but still, even if you look at it, in that time period, even if they pick up that 6 points, all their matches, what we've then been through, 6 points are going to be through.
Yeah, it depends on what Brighton and West Brom are doing elsewhere.
They could pick up 6 points in that time.
They could pick up 9 points in that time.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. A lot of those other matches, if you keep scrolling down, they're not going to win.
That's what I'm saying.
Arsenal, no, you're right.
Shout out Yancy, who says, someone said Arsenal might not win again until next year. She also says, it would be joke if Arsenal got relegated. I do like them, though. Nobody likes Arsenal.
Do you know what it is with Arsenal?
Josh also says, shout out Josh. He says, FIFA career mode has been spot on. Arsenal are a mid-table side in real life at best life.
Nah, on the level.
Also says, big up, fellas. Does Thomas Partey regret his decision? Hey, if he's pitching up at Bristol City away next season, yeah?
Nah, I'm telling you right now. No lie. Josh is onto something here, you know.
Yeah, go on.
Because every damn football manager I play, when you get into a certain time, Arsenal are nowhere, bro.
Yeah, I've noticed.
I swear to you, nowhere to be seen. I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like, they literally are like 8th or something.
Ryan says, I still can't imagine Arsenal going down. I can't see it, Ryan, but I am trying to envision it more and more. And with JV, what he's saying, it's just, of course, and the fixture, of course. And when I look at the fixture list, all jokes aside, I'm like,
that fixture list is hard.
Minus them two, the relegation 6 pointers they've got there against West Brom and Fulham towards the back end of the year.
That was to halfway through February.
That's halfway. Yeah, that's February. Yeah, wait.
If you keep going, once it gets to March, if they're anywhere near
it's the end of this month. It's the end of this month. So they got Brighton on the 29th, and then they have West Brom 2nd of January in the new year.
But no, keep going on.
Then you're looking at it.
We got up to Arsenal, Tottenham.
Yeah, Liverpool, and then they got again 2 6 pointers. So they've got Sheffield United on the 10th of April, and then Fulham at home on the 17th. So they got 2. They're 4 vital games for them.
Again, keep going. Look, Arsenal, Everton,
Newcastle away, West Brom. That's it. And they got Brighton on the last day. That could be Brighton on the West. They got Brighton on the last day of the season.
God,
that could be for who goes down, you know. Hey, if Arsenal get relegated, we are having I just want to put this out there. If Arsenal get relegated, that week we are having a party in here. Like I'm saying the whole 9. No, we're having a party. I'd be happy, fam. We getting party poppers. We putting up banners. We doing the whole cake pie because it's pie raid. We doing the full 9. I'm doing the full 9. Party hats, whatever. You know, them poppers like, them all that stuff. Wait.
Party hats or party hats?
Oh, love that. All of that.
Party. You get me? Man, don't even know what they're saying, bro.
I have no idea. I just know the take. Yo.
Nah, you just messed up, you know.
Time with it. Take.
I ain't lying. I honestly think you're gonna have to get rid of him. I'm not even joking. After
Big
looking
Sam,
at that, no, it is.
It's a Big Sam job.
Nah, all jokes aside,
because with
bro.
Big Sam, they stay up.
That is a Big Sam job.
It's a Big Sam job. Or did he go get the proper Pulis? You know what I mean? Or as you called him, the salt and vinegar Pulis? Did he go get it?
Nah. If you really in this thing, you gotta get
you get Big Sam on the blower.
You know what I'm saying? Allah dice. You get what I'm saying?
Not Sam
His name means God rolls the dice. Allah dice. You get what I'm saying? Listen to you know what I'm saying? Bro, I'm telling you right now, if they don't get,
we are
if
having
they don't,
if they get rid, I would be so happy.
All jokes aside,
So,
they have to get rid of Arteta in like the next few days.
It would be the happiest I've been in football in terms of 7 years. I remember Leeds getting relegated and I enjoyed that, but I was a bit too young to enjoy it like that. But Arsenal, all the smoke with social media, all the smoke they would get on social media. Like, I would be partying for like 7 days and then the rest of the next season.
That's what he's just said.
He says, the thing is, Arsenal on paper should be at least in the top half. I'm not sure what is happening. They remind me of the Knicks in the NBA, a franchise in a huge metropolitan market that does poorly.
New York Knicks are absolutely huge, bro.
Yeah, they are.
Name me a player.
Ryan says, I would see, Ryan, this is what I like. He said, I would be happy to see Arsenal go down, but it would make me more nervous for the future. That if any of our clubs are not run properly, if any of our clubs are not run properly, we could end up doing the same. Hey, as long as it's not Manchester United, I am with it. I would love to see this to happen to Leeds. Liverpool, Arsenal.
Do you know why I wouldn't?
Chelsea.
Do you know why I wouldn't?
Pick a team. Why? Go on.
Because, and this is me being serious,
go on.
In these very uncertain times, you have to understand. No. Honestly,
sorry.
Someone like Arsenal going out of the Premier League takes a lot of money out of it.
True.
A lot of money. I know how all this is. Everything's commercial now. Boardrooms, suits, this and that. If there were, see the whole Leeds thing at the time when that happened, the money would have been lost out. Would have still been big, but it wouldn't have been as big as it is now.
Yeah, that's facts. But then, obviously, going further, Rob spoke on this, and he's saying he's looking like Rob Blanchett, who's a great journal. Make sure you go follow him. And he was talking about the European Super League thing. And how that could become a thing and replace the Champions League. And with the money that they're looking to pump into that, Arsenal disappearing wouldn't matter. It wouldn't have the effect on that. Like, that's still going ahead forward.
But what you're not understanding, if they make this European Super League, none of that money comes to the Prem.
No. The European Super League is not a Premier League thing. The European Super League is the best teams in Europe all in one league.
Basically another Champions League.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, wouldn't be it'd pretty much be no more.
Basically, because you better understand European Super League. The reason why Liverpool United wanted to start Project Big Picture and wanted to say on certain things in the Premier League was so then when push came to shove and European Super League was put on the table, because of the position they put themselves in with the Project Big Picture, they can facilitate them making the move into the European Super League where all the money goes to all the TV sponsorships for the actual European Super League, the money, everything goes to the teams in that European Super League, not to the league. Do you know what I mean? So that's where that comes about. But yeah, I'd celebrate.
Celebrate. You know how great the memes, like, I've been laughing at memes just this past 2 days from them getting beat 1-0 at home to Burnley. Imagine they're in the Championship going away to Bristol City on a Friday. Imagine them on Friday football, FNF. Them on Friday opening it up and that. There's 42 games or 46 games in the Championship or however many it is, like, oh, fantastic. And them in the second round of the FA Cup.
But joking aside, like, the Championship's a tough league to get out of. Like, there's a reason why teams go down and struggle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They wouldn't go nowhere near it.
And we'd hope that Arsenal, I'm all for it. See them get relegated, them in a relegation battle in the Championship. That'd be I love the thought of this, isn't it? This is great. I never thought I would see this happen so quickly. Like, I always thought, Arsenal will have enough good players to get out of any relegation issues. But when you look at the team, you look at the manager, you look at their fixture list, you're like, the only saving grace for Arsenal is that there might be 3 teams worse than them. That's it. That's a saving grace for them. There might be 3. I know Aubameyang, of course, they have a chance. Shout out
Aubameyang. Nah, he's
all right, but
he's done. You know he's gone, innit? What do we say? I told you Aubameyang should have went. Aubameyang should have went.
Yeah, man. Obama who? Obama, yeah, but he should have, innit? Obama Championship. That's what we saying. But yeah, moving on to further fixtures where every top team drop points.
Do you want me to just fly through the results for the weekend?
Yeah, go on, fly through them.
All right, so Friday night, Leeds beating at home 2-1 to West Ham. Everton beating Chelsea 1-0. Ball draw, Manchester City United 0-0. Newcastle 2-1 at home to West Brom. Wolves beating at home very, very late on to Aston Villa. Leicester won 3-0 at Brighton. Arsenal, as we just touched upon, got beat at home to Burnley. Spurs, Palace 1-0. Southampton, Sheffield United, Southampton picked up a good win 3-0. And then obviously Liverpool and Fulham ended up 1-0. So yeah, like you said, all the big teams dropping points.
Everybody, like, he was like everyone just agreed, like, we're all just going to drop points. All right, so we'll go first and foremost to Crystal Palace 1, Spurs 1. Because if any of the teams we've mentioned win, it puts them in such a bad position in the Premier League.
So-
Definitely. Go on.
This Gaeta makes a huge mistake.
Go on.
Huge mistake for Harry Kane's first goal.
Yeah.
So the ball's fed into Son. It's just a little tap into the path of Harry Kane. Harry Kane hits it now. His positioning's off. His positioning's all wrong. I'm trying not to get super critical, but
This is the manager in you coming out going. Just for those who don't know, Stroll manages a football team. That's all. So that's why he's... Let's say it.
No, right. So I'm gonna want to see if you spot something, because the commentators didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
I spotted it instantly with Gaeta, and the reason why he got it so wrong in the first place, and the reason why he struggles to come back and say, first of all, right. So this is great from him. Unbelievable save, right? So you go from being the high of that.
That's a good stop. That's a very good
phenomenal stop.
Is Lloris injured?
What?
Is Lloris?
Gaeta's Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah. What am I talking about? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, and then he pulls off this save.
Who's their normal keeper, Hennessy?
Yeah.
Yeah, these doesn't normally play for Crystal Palace, does he?
He's their starter.
Oh, is he their starter?
He is
I'm
now.
tripping. All right.
And then he pulls off them two great saves, right? Now we come on to the goal, and great lead by Kane.
That's good.
But he should do better there. Right, this is the goal, right? Are you ready? Ball now tapped into Son. He hits it, yeah?
As he stepped, I'm going to see this on the replay, but it looks to me he stepped right and then go left. Why is he? Yeah, but your keeper should save that. Keeper should save that.
No, the keeper should save that. But if you
that.
rewind it back a little bit to the last replay, this angle, stop it there.
My bad. Hold up.
Even if he steps across, it's straight down the middle, so we can still save it.
Yeah, it's not even like there's. Yeah, there's not like these.
I'll tell you what happens.
Go on.
Play it. Pause it. What can you see there? As he's planted his foot, all of his weight is on his right foot.
Right, so he can't get back over to his left.
Which then means that instead of him being on his tiptoes, he's planted his foot. So if I go this way and I plant my foot and I want to go back that way, look, I can't move.
It makes it much more difficult.
And that's what he's done.
And look how close he gets to it anyway. Like, yeah, you got to save that.
But no, they didn't talk about that on commentary, and it drove me mad, because it was like, wait a minute, like that's the error, that's the issue, that's what's caused the goal. And when you're doing your FA coaching badges and stuff like that, you get taught to look at certain things. Is if a player goes past someone easily, well, why? Because his foot's planted and all his weight's on that leg. Do you know what I mean? And that's exactly what Guy has done. It's just poor positioning in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's poor reactions. He's planted his foot. You stay on your tiptoes, because if you stay on your tiptoes, and look how easy that is compared to planting your foot, and then you go in, you're more, do you know what I mean? It's a less body mass. And you're taught as a keeper to make yourself big, whereas he made a huge mistake with that. But he repaid him significantly in this game.
Even the save that he made just before that one, I was like...
Did you see this game?
Nah, I didn't watch this game live.
The save in the last minute, or in the last 10 minutes, is phenomenal.
That is proper. That one, isn't it? I'm telling you. You know, if me or you do that, we pull a muscle, fam. if we have to do that, I think we're pulling a muscle.
As a Spurs, so if you're a Spurs fan and you're going for the league because they're currently in the title race, you're disappointed about not winning this match, especially when you take the lead as well. These are the type of games that separate you from finishing second, from finishing third.
But they didn't play well.
So you're telling me it's a point gained and not 2 points dropped?
The reason why people will now look at it as points dropped is because of what happened in and around him.
But what I would say, just on that is what you's doing last season.
I know.
You know what I mean? That it's that whole sometimes you don't deserve to win and you win. That's what makes title winners. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's as much as you see. One thing I'll say about Tottenham. As much as they're in good form, they need to shake off the Spursiness. They will still have some there will still be some Spursy.
The Spursiness.
There will be still some of that. Do you get what I'm saying? So, it for them, this counts as points. If you want to be in that What I'm trying to say
To
is,
me,
if you want to be in that,
if you're trying to win a title, you have to win this game
yes,
as well.
if you want to be in that title-winning argument,
yes,
if you want to put your name in that hat, these are the matches which have to be kind of givens.
Put it this way, I think if this is Liverpool in their title-winning season, even though I still think Liverpool win the league, or City in their title-winning, one of their title-winning seasons, or Manchester United in one of their title-winning seasons, or Chelsea, you win this game. You go away to Palace and you win this game. Obviously, time will reveal all whether it's a good point, whether it's a point gained or 2 points dropped.
Well, that's what I mean. You see, when you watch, like Premier League years,
yes,
and the guy who's commentating on the match, he knows that because he's watching it in hindsight, he'll tell you like, and this was the match where, you know, if they dropped these points, it could have come different at the end of the season. Facts. You know what I mean? When they introduced the game, you know, that's one of them type of games. That's where, like you said, you'll see a game like this, and this will be a game if this is Liverpool season already, battle, and then Salah has a moment of magic or a Mane, or do you know what I mean?
Liverpool annoyingly have that now.
That type of player steps up. If it's City in their time, it's De Bruyne. You know what I mean? Someone steps up, and then this is where, for me, and I've said this a lot about this certain player, a certain Mr. Harry, who belongs to the House of Kane. Yeah?
Here we go.
If you can have hella goals, bro. Yeah? This guy has a career full of meaningless goals.
Ooh.
Not one goal in his career means something.
Yeah,
sorry, that's a real bad boo-boo from Lloris.
Is it Lloris?
Yeah. Look.
Ooh.
Straight into it.
You know what?
His hands.
That is really bad.
He has these, you know.
He has them rickets.
And you know what? I'll say though. You know what I will say on him? I missed this match. Yeah?
See, one sec. Jan City made a great point here. She said, to be fair, we drew to Crystal Palace and won the league, but Edison saved the last-minute penalty. They had a lot more time to go and win that game. That's my whole point, is what you said there. Yeah, you might have drew to Crystal Palace, but Edison's saved the last-minute penalty. So I look at that. If you draw the game and save a last-minute penalty, that's a point gained.
Yes.
That's not 2 points dropped.
Yes.
That's my whole point.
No, for me,
I'm saying I could be wrong. Like, we could look back if Spurs do win the league, which I don't think will happen, and be like, that was a good point.
What I was trying to say before was I was playing devil's advocate. For me, you look at our game this weekend, and their game. Ooh. Ours is a point gained.
Great point.
Yes.
Theirs is 2 points dropped.
That's a very good point.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
But what did you see that save?
Yeah, I'm gonna see it now when they do it slow. That looked like a very good save.
So this isn't even the.
You know what it did, bro.
That's not even a dire one. This is the one just before it.
Oh, yeah.
This save now.
When I seen this save, it hurt my armpit.
Yeah, you shouldn't save that.
Nah, not that one. It's not that one. Where's the one where
it's coming up. Well, even that one is just quick reactionary.
Flawless. This is it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, you shouldn't even be saving that.
Bro.
You should not even be saving that.
Oh my God. I've already done this at home, you know, like 3 or 4 times.
Like you haven't seen it before yet.
Oh,
that's
my
a great
God.
start.
It's sick, bro. Watch it again. It looks like it's in.
Yes, it
if
does.
That's me. I'm celebrating. It looks like it's in. Watch. Just under the bar. Perfect.
And he tipped onto the bar. Just want to shout out Josh for the super chat. Also,
salute Josh.
He says, salute to Josh. He says, on a serious note, fellas, I truly appreciate what you lot do. Your understanding of the Premier League is much more authentic than the pundit. Thank you very much for those kind words.
Been watching since '95, my guy.
Just been here. I'm just here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just here giving my opinion. Whether you agree with it or you don't, I'm not saying you, Josh. I'm just saying in general. So we appreciate it. You're the type of person that we do create content for. This is why you see us here, there, and everyone talking football, because these are the same. This conversation us three are having right now is the same conversation we'd have off air. The exact same conversation.
We could be on the train,
wherever,
walking, in a restaurant, we could be walking somewhere. This is just how we talk.
So this is how we talk. So that's what you get. There's no planned thing like, all right, I'm gonna say this, then you say this, then you tell a joke, then I'm gonna laugh. Like, no, we just.
I'll let you into a little secret. You see, when we first planned this show, yeah, Flawless belled me. And we went to a restaurant to talk about it.
Yeah.
And we just did this.
Yeah, that's exactly. We just started talking football.
Yes. We just did this for about, check this, yeah? We did that for about 2-3 hours. And then we locked up. And guess what? They were trying to shut the restaurant.
Yeah, they was shutting it down, yeah.
Do you remember that, bro?
I do remember.
Trying to shut the restaurant.
Oh, it's the place on the corner. Oh, I can't remember what the name of it is. It's nice.
Sure, it's Reds. Reds Bar.
Is it Reds? Yeah, I just know it pops. That's what it is. It's very nice.
They were literally shutting down. There was one guy left in. Oh, there was people who worked there who had already gone home.
Yes.
The guy who had the keys was trying to lock up, and he was like, "You know what, lads? Can I go now?" And we were like, "You know what, bro? You can go.
You could go, yeah.
We're going now."
So that's what it is. These are the same conversations we have, so we appreciate it. So when people say words like authentic, I love that because it's like that's how we want to come across. There's no shirt and tie and suit and like.
Man, not rehearse nothing.
Yeah, no rehearsal.
I tell you, 90% of the time, I don't know what no topics are for nothing.
Yeah, we don't go. We just know the results, but we don't know exactly what we're going to say, and then we don't know because both Stro and JV are very smart. I don't know what they're going to say that's going to cause me to look at things differently. Like when Stro mentioned there, when we're talking about championship, Liverpool should have lost that game against Fulham, but the fact that they drew, obviously you can talk about refereeing decisions, etc., but that's credit to them and their championship mentality. That to me is not 2 points dropped from the performance. That's a point gained.
Well, we'll come on to that now.
Yeah, we're going to that game. That's absolutely fine. So go on, take us away then, Stro.
I said this. This is what having home fans back can do for a club like Fulham. Atmosphere was outstanding, and they started and we were slow. We were lethargic. We were non-existent in that first half. Trent was coming back from a long-term injury. Matip, back spasm, goes off at half-time, and it's just like everything just seemed at one point to be going against us. And then the shambles. That
is your friend. That is VAR.
That is known as VAR kicked into place. Now, when I first seen Fabinho's challenge, it looked like a phenomenal tackle.
Okay.
Right. Then when you see it on the VAR screen, it is a stonewall penalty if I've ever seen a stonewall penalty.
It was.
Before we touch on that, this is why Alisson's the best keeper in the league.
It's a good start.
No, not that. Just overall, his all-round play. Everything. So this is the challenge, right? Yeah. When you see it like that and the way the ball goes, you think that's a phenomenal tackle.
You do think it's a good tackle, yeah.
It's a penalty.
It's a stonewall penalty. What I don't understand is this is why
they spent 3.5 minutes on it.
Why they need 3.5 minutes? One, that's an issue. Number two, how the ref can see that and say it's not a penalty.
I'll tell you why.
Is why the ref needs to come out and explain his decision. How do you see that? I just want explanation.
I'll tell you why. So
like they just make these terrible decisions and have no explanation. So, how do you see that and say that's not a penalty?
So there, you think that's a good tackle.
I think that's a penalty when I look at that.
No, I'm saying from that angle. But this is what's frustrating me. The other angle, you see him clearly go through the player first and then he goes under his foot. It's a stonewall penalty.
Yes.
Right? And this is what frustrated me. So just pause it a sec because there's another incident in a minute.
Yeah, cool.
So there was a lot of criticism at the beginning of the season, right? A huge amount of criticism that VAR weren't sending referees over to the monitors, right? You then heard Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher, Sky Sports, BT talking about it. Lo and behold, the next weekend, after the big discussion around it, suddenly referees are going over to the monitors. Then what happened? About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I tagged you both in it.
Yeah.
On Sky Sports, there's a certain topic of a certain Jamie Carragher overhearing what Stockley Parker saying to the referee.
I remember him talking about this.
Basically turning around and saying that I don't know why they're sending over referees to the monitors because they're only sending them over to tell them what they've seen and why they need to look at it because they've already made the decision. The penalty's already been given, so why are they wasting the time going over to it? Because whenever the referee goes over to the monitor, they're not overturning it or they're not sticking with the decision. Correct me if I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Lo and behold, the weekend after, suddenly in a game, the referee goes over to the monitor and only for the second time this season has he stuck with his original decision. I'm not surprised by that. And let me tell you why I'm not surprised by that. Because VAR are just sheep. They are just literally listening and they are just following whatever the media is saying. Right? And this is my problem. Why they were sending referees over to the monitor in the first place when clearly they already made the decision? That, to me, shouldn't have the referee going over to make his decision. That should be VAR stepping in and going, it's a penalty, overturn your decision. That should not take 3.5 minutes. For then you to turn around and send the referee over to the monitor.
Yo, they took 3.5 minutes, send the ref over to the monitor and still got the decision wrong.
Exactly.
That is wild,
then
these people are just, like we talk about Manchester United and Ollie Nup, these people are just incompetent.
And then you come on to this incident.
Go on.
Which is... Press play. This is the situation, right? Corner. Ball gets whipped in. Gets cleared to the edge of the box. Salah is in a position where he can head the ball.
Yeah.
Right? There we go. Bang. He can head that. He gets pushed. Yeah. And it's a blatant push. He doesn't go down.
Yes, big up Sparks each and every time.
He doesn't go down, but it's a blatant push, right? It then falls out to Dover Reed, and it's a phenomenal strike.
Yeah, it's a very good hit.
There's no
Very,
keeper in
very
the
good
world
hit.
that saves it. It is an unbelievable strike.
Shout out my guy, Bobby Decordova. You get me done.
It's a very good hit.
So very Caribbean surname as well.
So
Yeah.
Shout out,
Definitely.
Mike,
You can hear his grandma hollering his name.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bobby!
here's my
Go
problem:
on.
has it evened itself out? Yeah. VAR was brought in to get rid of these mistakes,
Yeah, there should be no evening out when you can.
and that's a game
once it-
full of 2 mistakes from VAR.
To cut you off there, that just goes to show these refs and these people involved are just not good enough because they're seeing the challenge clear as daylight. Sometimes when refs got things wrong because it was quick and things of that nature, we give you the benefit of the doubt because you didn't see it was quick, the angle you had. But when you can sit and go and watch a big monitor, watch it on a big monitor, and see it in slow-mo, in 4K, all different types of angles, and you're still giving the wrong decision. What that tells me is that you're not good enough at the job.
Exactly. So, and then here's the thing. So, like, everyone, you've watched Sky Sports. Whenever something happens, you hear never go, oh.
Yep.
Because Jamie Carragher dropped them right in it, talking about VAR, when he said, I can hear what they're saying to the referee in my earpiece. So when I heard that,
how?
because he's got a finger, he can listen to it. So when you hear Gary Neville going, oh, because he can hear what's happening with VAR and the referee. So this is what Jamie Carragher said. Jamie Carragher said, why is he sending the referee over to the monitor to look at it when VAR is telling him this is the infringement, this is what's happened, this is where it's been kicked, it's a penalty, but I need you to go and have a look at it. Why are you sending him over? So this is what I mean. It's just a mess from VAR this game. 2 horrible decisions. And you know what? Fulham deserved the win. They deserve to win because we were not good. That is an awful penalty, by the way.
Should the keeper save that?
Yes, it's an awful penalty.
Wow.
No, you know what it is? It's because I'm very harsh on goalkeepers, I've been told. So that's why I always ask.
No, I'll tell you why. Because if that's a David De Gea in that, what does he go with? Doesn't go with his hand.
He goes with his feet. Yeah.
And he saves it. It's just poor technique from the goalkeeper. But that, to me, is 2 points gained. Or it's a point gained.
Point gained, yeah.
Because of how poor we were. But look at I need to explain this, right?
See, that makes sense. Sorry, you're saying it's a point gained because you've played a lesser team, but you've played badly throughout, and you've came out with something.
Exactly.
Do you get what I'm saying? That's where it makes sense in comparison to the previous one.
And I'm not going to stay on this topic for too long, but I just want to say a list for you, right? Alisson.
Yeah.
Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Gomez. Robertson. Matip. Fabinho. Henderson. Thiago. Jota. Mane. Salah. Keita. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Shaqiri. Tsimikas.
Where is he actually?
Injured.
All the players you mentioned.
There's 17 players, right?
Has he been injured since he come in?
Yeah. So he came in. He had COVID. Then he recovered.
Yeah.
Then he got injured. Then he recovered. Now he's injured again. 17 players, right? Let me just start off by naming just this set, right? Alisson, goalkeeper for us last season, title-winning goalkeeper. Trent, starting right back. Van Dijk, Gomez, 2 starting centre backs. Robertson. There's your back 5 from your title-winning team. Jordan Henderson's missed games. There's your centre midfielder. He was our player of the year last season and captain and leader on the pitch. Fabinho, influence.
Yeah.
Thiago, who was brought in. Do you know what's funny? The 3 people who we brought in are now injured at the exact same time. Right? And I remember...
Yeah, that just...
I remember...
Transfer window insignificant.
I remember sitting there and people saying, if you lose Van Dijk, your season's done. We've lost 17 players this season already, including I could name you the starting 11 that would win any game in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And we're still joint top.
And you know what that is? That's 2 things to me personally. That's credit to Liverpool and your manager and how good you are as a team and the mentality you've got. And 2, that shows the standard of the Premier League.
Exactly.
There's not a better time to take the Premier League off the best team in the league, which is Liverpool currently. That's why they're still my pick. Than now, if they've had 17 injuries and their whole back 5 out and their captain's missing and their new signings are also missing who have made an influence. But because the standard of the Premier League is not good, teams are struggling. That's what it is. We're just going to get to some comments first and foremost. George F says, yes, big up people. Currently working, will tune in after the show. Appreciate that. Get them likes up, people. If you're watching on YouTube right now, hit the like button. Watching on Facebook or if you're watching on Twitter, please make sure you share it on Facebook. On Twitter, you retweet. If you're listening on DAB radio, we appreciate it because The numbers for online radio, we do very well. So whether you're listening via DAB, online. So yes, salute to the whole Pi Radio hierarchy. Also, big S.
YouTube likes, man, will be up there, but you have to understand, people, this goes out. This is possible for going out up to 500,000 people.
500,000. That's what people forget. We're not just this ain't just a YouTube show. This is radio, people. We are on radio. This is why you hear it say Pi Radio. This is radio. It's not just a podcast.
This ain't no internet radio, man.
Which is why you don't hear us cursing.
Yes, this is why you hear us keep it
if you
very
watch me on any other thing, you know I got potty mouth.
Yeah,
serious.
Amazing Jay says best Monday night football show period.
Love for
that. Thank you.
I know. Watch when we get the screen soon. Come.
Love for that, man. I appreciate that also.
Oh, watch what we got for you soon.
Shout out
Faris. My guy's back.
Shout out Faris.
He's back.
He's been supporting from when I say from the jump, like he's been
Oh,
supporting from like when
OG.
he was commenting on videos like when the studio didn't even look like this and we was on old
Bro,
videos.
he was commenting on the video and it was 4 white walls. You know what I'm saying? Man didn't have this soundproofing.
You didn't have the soundproofing, yeah.
You know
He
what
said
I'm saying?
people
Shout
confuse-
out Faris.
Faris says people confuse VAR as a technology and how it should be used with how the Premier League noobs of referees use it. VAR is a very sufficient technology. The Premier League referees make it insufficient and useless. I hear that.
He's back.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Veer says United 5 points off top of the game in hand, which we will get to. Of course, we will. We'll get to all of that. We will. He also says, Ryan says, what we're missing in away games is a midfielder who can control the pace of the game and keep the ball. If only we had one of them at the club.
I think that's a bit tongue in cheek, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Mazza, innit? It's a Mazza. But yeah, Liverpool, like I said, point game for them. So onto this, Chelsea losing away to Everton. Obviously, Everton's form.
Ancelotti would have liked this.
Yeah, Ancelotti would have. Everton continue to get good results. And I seen a stat, someone saying Chelsea haven't beat anyone in the top 10 all season.
No, they haven't. This game, to me, just basically was apprentice, master.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the experience.
How's that? Wait, what?
I know that was just.
What is it?
Is this so-called best keeper going?
That's just one of them. You
know what I think it is?
That's crazy.
He could have got sent off.
Yeah, that's definitely a booking.
Nah, that's a sending off for me. Because he knows exactly what you're not getting the ball. His hand's nowhere near the ball. He's seen Dominic Calvert-Lewin said, "Yeah, I got to smash this, brother."
Dominic Calvert-Lewandowski doing what he does.
That's a Lampard thing, you know.
Great penalty as well.
That's Lampard saying, "You know what? He's probably looked at his 2 centre backs.
Yeah,
he's probably gone to tell Zuma to smash him and thought, oh yeah, you can't do that. Yeah, Mendy, right? First few minutes, smash this kid. That's what he's done there, you know, and that's backfired. Did you get what I'm saying?
Have you noticed something about? Did you watch this game?
I did not.
I watched the first half.
Have you noticed something about Everton?
Go on.
In these particular games, now that they've got a certain little Allen in there,
right?
Now they've got a Lewandowski in there. Now that they've got a Decore in there, Digne when they've got a bite about him. And
yes.
They've got a fight. And
you know what it is? No. They had that bite, but what they've got is now players who have bite and quality.
Yes.
So the same player with the bite can bite. So I can bite, get the ball off you, but then do something with it. I'm not just someone who bites and then runs the ball right to this guy's feet. You know what I'm saying?
Because I lost count how many times in the second half when Chelsea looked like they were on the counter attacking, Gomez would make a foul, Allen would make a foul, Decore would make a foul, Holgate would make a foul, and it just stopped any momentum. And it's like you've never had this kind of
quality
approach.
Yeah, you haven't had that quality in that approach,
yeah.
and manager as well, someone to implement them tactics as well.
But you see what it is?
Instruction.
You see Chelsea. One thing I'd say about Chelsea, you see when you see them, I've seen this a lot. They are
go on.
They're doing what Manchester United did last season in that 18-game run.Maybe to not as emphatically, but they're literally running off individual brilliance. I clocked it. Like there's not a lot much to them. When Chelsea click, it's from the players.
That's unlucky with this offside there.
I don't think a lot of this Chelsea stuff when Chelsea are playing, I don't think it's Lampard. I think Lampard has the luxury of still having a lot of experience in his team.
Okay.
See where we have players like Phil Jones who've been at us 10 years.
Yeah.
He's been at us 10 years, but he's not played 10 years worth of games.
No.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
I get exactly what you're saying.
He's got Azpilicueta's 10 years,
Thiago
10
Silva,
years worth of games.
It's like,
You get what I'm saying? Thiago Silva. Even someone like your Alonso, who's not
Premier
playing.
Leagues.
Giroud.
Yeah, Alonso's
Should
not
be
playing, but he's won Premier Leagues with that team. He's
Kante.
been there 5 years. Kante, he's literally, you know what I mean? He's got
Kovacic
winners.
has been at Real Madrid.
Kovacic, you get where I'm coming from? He's got a lot of winners to fall back on. Even someone like a Jorginho, who's maybe not done it over here, but he's someone who's played 500 games. Right. Do you know what I mean? Career. Yeah. So he's at a high level in Italy for Napoli and captain in Italy at certain times in the past few. So this is someone who's got a lot of experience. Do you know what I'm saying? We do not have that. Our most experienced players are still someone like a Rashford. Do you know what I mean? And this is me not saying I think the world of Rashford. Yeah. But what you have to understand is he's still a young player. All those players that I just named to you, those Chelsea ones, who's the youngest one there? Youngest one I just named, what, Alonso? It's like 27, 28.
Yeah, he's
Kovacic, 27, 20. You know what I mean? Kante, 27, 28, around about. You get what I'm saying?
I fully get what you're saying.
So that's the difference. And I think that implemented with the youth, because those older heads will kind of manage the youths on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing.
Yeah, they'll be smart enough to deal with certain situations because they've been here, like at Alonso, and Aspilicueta, especially at Thiago Silva, at Kante, Giroud. These men have been there, done that.
Exactly. That's why you can play a Zuma. That's why Zuma looks so good this season. Me and you went through this the other day.
Yes, when we were talking about it, like him playing next to Thiago Silva, of course, is going to raise his level.
Yeah. All right, then I'll put this to you. Actually, perfect guy. So we had this argument the other day. A bit of a sign up. Not me and Flawless having an argument. Let me just put that out there because some people think me and Flawless has fell out. But so say someone like Matip, is a very good player in it. I wouldn't say he's what was the
clear was the
I wouldn't
term.
say he's clear of Maguire. Not clear. I'd say he's a better player.
Yeah.
Clear would be how you speak of Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is if you put Matip in our defense next to a Lindelof and all of that, he'd be making those same mistakes. Do you get where I'm coming from? Because that's down to the system. And do you get what I'm saying?
Because for me, I think Gomez, natural ability is clear of Maguire. But if you put Gomez in that United defense, whether next to Maguire or Lindelof, it's the same issue.
That's exactly what we were saying, because people were talking about, Gomez is clear of Maguire. Matip's clear of Maguire. I'm saying if you say Matip or Gomez are better than, I'd be like, cool.
Do you know what got us?
Clear.
It was the Zuma. Yeah. Zuma is clear of Maguire.
So I was like, would you swap Maguire for Zuma? I'm like, no, because United would still have the same issues. Yes. Would I swap Maguire for Laporte or Van Dijk? Yes. Because then that's clear and ups the whole level of your team. We see what Thiago Silva at 36, bear in mind, has done to that Chelsea backline. Yes. Look how defensively more stable they are. He's the only, obviously, Chilwell's an attacking fullback, but look how much defensively better they are.
You know what it is? It really irks me because it makes me feel like, imagine if like Vidic imagine if we have what we seem to have nowadays with the older players. Like it seems now we get players at 36 and it's like, they're not stopping. Do you know what I mean? Like 36 back then, like if you played 20 league games in a season, not even league, if you played 20 games at a big club in every competition, so if you played 20 out of 60 games as a 35-year-old 10 or so years ago, you were some player.
Oh, Charles Zane with the super chat. Big up. Nice having you
over here. Finally!
Big up, Zane.
Right, I can quit my job.
Yeah, we can quit.
Oh! I'm out. We've got Zane.
Hey, man like Zane.
First and foremost, big up Zane. He's an Arsenal fan. Big up Zane. We've been waiting for a super chat from you for a long time. I'm sure Big S will be very happy about that.
Right, that's it.
Second super chat. Love to everybody.
Boss, are you watching? If my boss is watching, I quit.
Yeah, I quit. That's it.
I don't need you no more. I've got Zane on my show, mate.
P.O. Box. I don't give a damn. Zane says, see you in the Europa final. Pepe hat-trick. I just want to say.
No, wait. Can I answer that?
Yeah, you go first. Go on.
I'm in the Champions League, brother. I ain't going to see you in no Europa League. So I don't know what you're talking about.
In order for Pepe to score a hat-trick, that would mean he has to score one.
Yes.
Yeah? And then another one. And then another one. And something which he's never done for you before.
Yes.
Something which I don't think he's done for you over 3 matches. So, 3 concurrent matches, that means 3 matches in a row.
I think it's not something he's done for his whole Arsenal career. He's been there a long time.
So, sort that one out first.
Yeah. And he also said, see you in the Europa final, Pepe hat-trick.
That means that Arsenal are going to get to a final.
Yes, they have to get to the Europa final. But
That mean-
before
no,
they get
no.
to the final, they have to get to the Europa semi-final.
And the Europa quarter final.
No,
Yes.
no,
Yeah.
you're missing it.
Go on.
For them to do that, they have to start winning games and scoring goals. Yeah.
About Pepe hat-trick, try having 3 shots. You know what I mean? Try and have
You know
a
what I
hat-trick
mean?
of shots.
Try have 3 shots on
Yeah.
target.
You know what I'm
Then we'll
saying?
talk.
Then we'll
yeah?
talk, yeah.
But you know what, Zayn? Nice to see you.
It is nice to
Nice
see
to see
you.
you. I could maybe see some zeros extra, but it's a start. Yeah. Enough love, Zayn.
And here's the other thing as well on the Arsenal thing. You have bigger fish to worry about than Europa
Don't
League.
worry
Yeah,
about
man.
me, fam.
Wait, do you want to win the Europa League and be in the Champions League, but also be in the Championship? Is that what you're telling me, Zayn?
Yo, Zayn.
You want to be a Championship side in the Champions League.
That'll
So
be
you
the
want to
first
be
time
you want to be
ever.
1 week Tuesday night Barcelona, the
Nah,
next
it
week
can't work,
Tuesday
G.
away to Wickham.
How
Come
would
on,
that work? Because
that'll
don't
work.
them man play Wednesdays.
Bitch, they'd have to work. They work around
Yo,
it.
you man better speak to FIFA.
Yeah,
You man better speak to UEFA.
speak to the FA.
You better speak to the FA.
But shout out Zayn.
Yeah, shout out Zayn, yeah.
Every time.
You know what, Zayn? Come true, bro. It's nearly Christmas. Innit? You know what I'm saying? It's nearly Christmas.
We need you on Sarcasm City TV, is what Jay
Yeah.
was saying.
Oh,
Yes.
it's another one.
It's another one.
He also says we will have Allegri by then. How's the free? Wait, what makes you think you get Allegri?
Wait, Zayn.
What makes you think Allegri wants to come to you,
So
bro?
you's not fighting relegation.
How's the fridge? My fridge is all right. It's
Yeah,
at
my
home. I
fridge
got
is
some.
running.
I got a beer in there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
go have after the show.
It's chill.
Zayn, you seem like you super chatting about him, the United brother. I'm a Liverpool
Yeah.
fan. I want you to try.
One
name
second.
of
How's
them,
the
not me.
fridge? How's your what's his name? Angel Gabriel.
Angel
Where's
Gabriel.
it? Where's the Angel Gabriel, bro?
And he said, "How's the fridge?" When they have the highest paid left wing back in world football history.
Man said, "How's the fridge? How is your? Oh, you ain't even got a fridge. You got a what him called? How's your Brazilian palm tree? Yeah. How's your Brazilian palm tree? Big head brother there, David Luiz. Yeah. How's he? How's he doing?
Zayn, each and
How's
every
David
time.
Lewis?
Salute, Zayn.
Yeah. Shout out
Always.
Zayn.
Zayn,
Enough love.
Zayn.
Yeah.
Next game we'll get on to. This is pretty much open and shut Case Johnson, the one of the most boring Manchester derbies.
Nah,
Now
I've
you know
seen.
what? One
Wait,
second.
Go on.
Wait,
I've got something to say on this.
wait, are
Go
you
on.
actually going to go to the highlights? What highlights?
You know what I mean? Yeah. Honestly,
Like, what
this
are you
better be
doing?
like 30 seconds, bro.
Like, what are you doing? We
This
could
better be man coming out the tunnel.
yo, we could talk about it. We don't
Let-
need to see it
Let me
again.
douse him it. You know what I'm saying?
That's 2 hours of my
This is
life
man.
I'm never getting back.
You know what this is? This is man walking out the tunnel,
Yeah.
lineups. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see how long is it. How long is it? I actually want to see how long the highlights. It's 2 minutes 51. They've got
Wow.
somehow. Hey, salute to Sky Edit.
Salute.
Just
Someone
guys.
is working right
Yes.
here,
Who
bro.
on earth? has
How
sat
they got
there?
that
You know what, yeah?
Honest.
I'm just going to put this out there right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Yeah.
Did that really need a highlight?
We are
That
so
was the
dead.
biggest chance of the game.
We are so dead, yeah? That we've had the next coming future reincarnation English manager, yeah. Next English manager of the year, whatever his name is, Frank Lampard. He's came here. He's parked. These men ain't even parking buses. These men are parking trains.
No, they ain't parking trains. They parking depots.
Oh,
fam.
he's back. He's back.
They're parking depots.
He's
and that.
back
It will take a while
again.
to come through. He
Woo!
said, JV, you have spent £1 billion since Fergie left. United just throw money, etc., and rely on the past.
Bro, you spent $1 billion on super chats.
Yeah.
You get me? Give some money to
Hey,
your
like
club.
I said, as soon as Sarcasm City TV is eligible for monetization, Zayn, you know where
Zayn,
to catch me and JV.
Zayn, I love
every
you, yeah.
Tuesday and Thursday
We spent $1 billion. You have the most expensive left wing back in the history
of football.
of football.
That's
Like-
facts.
like-
Roberto Carlos didn't even score that many goals, my
That's
guy.
facts.
You get what I'm
We
saying?
set up Tierney and that. Tierney scuffed it. That's a great cross into Tierney.
And have you seen Tierney recently? My man looked like he's Bambi on
Yeah,
ice.
man wanted to talk about he was the best left back in Scotland. Like,
Nah.
Zayn, we used to have this conversation, brother.
Yo, I'm gonna put this out there. I'm gonna put this out there right now. Tierney's not better than Luke Shaw.
Ooh, hot take. I'm with
Hot take.
it.
Tierney is not better than Luke Shaw.
Go further.
At what? Tell me what?
Go
You get me?
further.
Arsenal fans, tell me what? You get
Go
me?
further.
Zayn, tell me what is he better at him there? I think that was a penalty, and I think that should have stood.
It was a penalty. It's offside.
But do you
He
know
gave the
why?
penalty.
Do you know why it should stand?
Go on.
Or he should have at least got a card.
Yeah.
Because
It's just Kyle Walker, man.
Yeah, it's
Awful.
Kyle Walker. If something sums up Kyle Walker, it's definitely that.
it made no sense, really, that type of challenge, innit?
Nah, it does. It's Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker's right. He's awful defensively. And
Yeah.
I said this to Jan yesterday on the show.
Shout out Yancy.
Here's
Is
the
that
issue.
not a second phase of play?
Nah, because it's offside, so
Nah,
you can't
'cause
do
it's
it because
offside,
it's
yeah,
offside. Once it's offside, it's offside. He's got the advantage.
No, actually,
unfortunately.
but tell a lie though. Actually, I'll come on to that in a second.
Go
But
on.
Kyle Walker, yeah, right. is his pace is getting him out of a lot of situations
Facts.
where defensively he's poor, positionally he's poor. That you give away the penalty against Mane. You almost give away that penalty, and they're two big games.
You know what it is? I don't know why he's trying to tackle like that. If that makes any
no
sense,
type
it makes
of
not
sense.
like why.
Zane with another super chat saying Luke Shaw's eating too many pies.
Huh?
He said Luke Shaw's eaten too many pies. That's what Zane said.
That's what
Luke Shaw, is that your rebuttal?
That's his rebuttal. That means he's not got a rebuttal.
That means you know he's not better.
Hey,
he's not got a
that
rebuttal.
just means you're saying he's fatter.
Zane, are we going to have this conversation about Robertson and Tierney then, or are you just going to keep it?
That just means you're saying Luke Shaw is fatter, but so there's a fatter left back better than you. So our left back, our third choice left back, let's get that right. He's better than your first choice. But anyway.
Yeah, so all right, since we were talking about Arsenal and obviously them being relegation, this is a great result for Arsenal. Obviously, Leicester beating their relegation rivals. Because if Brighton win here, that puts Arsenal under more pressure. Welbeck should score that though. That's a good move, but Welbeck should score that. I don't know why Brighton are going with this banana kit, but it is what it is.
Better ring rust from my bro, but he'll get over that.
He should score that, but he did score a good goalie of the
15.
week. So it is.
Telling you, bro. If he stays fit for the rest of the season, he'll get at least 10 to 15.
Yeah, I reckon he'll get double figures. Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
Ryan said I would. That's unlucky.
Oh my God. Bro, did he just hit the post from there?
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was Vardy. Yeah, it's a tough angle though.
Nah, you know what you do there?
Go on.
He's rushing it.
He's rushing it.
Take a touch. You chop that in with your left and just tap that in.
Okay.
You know them way there.
Saying you got JV standing up and that.
Is he back, yeah?
Let's see.
Okay.
Hello.
He says Liverpool or City will win the league. United 10 years behind. So wait, if
yeah,
Liverpool
exactly.
or City
You're
win the
putting
league,
yourself in it.
and United are 10 years behind, and you lot are fighting, and you lot are fighting relegation, and you lot are fighting relegation battles. How far behind are you lot? If we're 10 years, you must be 20, 30, 40, 50 years and that. Is what it is. Hey, Yan City, don't stop the plug. What's wrong with you, man? We people's, why you don't burn the plug? See what I'm saying? Chase. Well, yeah. How far? That's what I want to know, Zane. How far behind are you lot? If
About
United
25 years
it's
behind.
more than 25. If United are currently in a title race and they're fighting a relegation,
Arsenal will do what
Arsenal
we
find
did,
a relegation
but
battle.
Arsenal will go 40 years.
When is the last time Arsenal won the league?
Arsenal will go 40
Was it 03?
years. 04?
03
What,
04?
when they won the league?
Yeah, was the last time Arsenal won the Premier League?
Yeah, I think it's that thingy, innit?
03, 04. So there's 17 years in, right? Another 13 years you've caught up to Liverpool, and you're going to exceed Liverpool because you're going to go 40 years.
40? What? I just don't think it's ever going to happen again.
I put it this way, I think they'll get relegated before they win the Premier League.
Do you know how sick it is, bro? You know what everyone here needs to really understand?
Go on.
Before Liverpool got took over, yeah? Liverpool were actually a big club, successful.
Yes.
Before United got took over, United was successful. Yeah. When Arsenal got took over, they were already far from being successful. It was already a long time. Do you get what I'm saying?
This is a strike by Madison. No, not that one actually.
The only
That's a good save.
the only thing which got Arsenal to where they are, why I say they're so stupid for what they did to him, is Wenger. Without Wenger, there's no Arsenal. Without Wenger now, yeah, Arsenal could easily be like a club who's 13th in that.
Yes, definitely.
Easily. Like there's no Arsenal without Arsene Wenger. And that is why when I was little, I honestly thought you were named after him.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Arsenal was named after this guy because everything he did was Arsenal, and he had Arsenal in his name.
Yeah, so you presume so. Yeah, this goal here, back onto the Leicester Brighton game where Leicester, that's a typical Vardy goal. That
it's just a striker.
Typical Vardy goal.
Bro,
that's a typical Vardy
I know
goal.
what's gonna happen. When this guy retires and he gets his Premier, and everyone watches his Premier League years and all that, and realize what his goals are worth. This is when he'll get his flowers. Because then, if you put his career up against the Harry Kane's, I'm telling you, bro. I always compare them because for me, one gets over appreciated and one gets very much underappreciated. For me, if there's no contest, I honestly think Vardy is light years ahead.
All right, we'll get into that. A shout out to Faris who says, amazing locking in after a while. Yeah, I know you've been working, doing your schoolwork. He said, really enjoyed it. Highlight of the day. Have a top quality evening, my guys. Catch up soon. Stay safe. Salute. Enough love.
Say nothing, I nearly called you Vardy.
Yeah, Faris.
Say nothing, Vardy. Say nothing, Faris. I got you, my guy.
Yeah, in fact, I don't want to talk about this Madison goal because this is a quality strike. This on his left, on his weaker foot as well. That's a top notch.
You see, for me,
that's top notch.
I've got a different take on this kid.
Go on.
And he, for me, perfectly embodies Leicester.
Right, go on.
And I'll tell you why I'm saying this. He is as consistent as Leicester as a team. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, because I swear he went on a goal drought for like 10, 15 games. Or
Yeah, he
something
does.
Like that.
You know what he does? He's a bit of a weird player. It's like he turns in, all right, I'll just do assists for a bit. You know what I mean? And sometimes like he's on every free kick, he's on this and this, and he wants to score. But then sometimes he's just like, sometimes it's almost as if Rodgers plays him as an 8. And then sometimes you can see where he's like, I don't know, he must have been a bit sharp in training and he's a 10. Do you get what I mean?
I get you.
So for me, I just think you have to remember at one point it was Maddison or Grealish, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was the argument.
That conversation has disappeared.
That conversation is deceased.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's brown bread.
Put
yes. You want to talk about Leeds? Okay, we're going to
Leeds.
I'm trying to find.
Shout out Larby.
I'm actually trying to find the highlights. That's all it is. But yeah, go on. Carry on talking about it while I find the
right.
highlights.
So before we come on to it, I've got some stats.
There we go.
So
it's Leeds 1, West Ham 2, by the way.
So we briefly touched upon it beginning of the show, right? Now, I say with my heart of hearts, Leeds will be safe. I'll tell you why I think that.
Go on. I'm in agreement with you, by the way, but continue. State your case.
So, shots. Liverpool are first with 186. Leeds are second with 174 shots. More than City, more than Chelsea, West Ham, United, Villa, Wolves. So they're in the top 2 there, yeah? Tackles. Leeds are number 1, 252.
Yeah, they're number 1, okay.
Most passes. Leeds are 5th. Behind Arsenal, City, Chelsea, right? Long balls, shock. Burnley are first.
No shock whatsoever. What a terrible penalty, by the way.
Right, so
I've seen. Sorry to cut you off. Some of the worst penalties we've seen this season.
Defensive
Lookman at Fulham, and then that one.
What is about it?
They'll just take people just trying to. De Bruyne is against Liverpool, but yeah, go on, continue.
So blocks.
Yeah.
Leeds are 4th with 48 blocks. Right, saves. Leeds are 3rd, 46.
Yeah.
Clearances. The high up. My point is, when you see teams come up from the Championship, they don't create that amount of chances.
I agree.
They don't have that amount of shots. Leeds' problem is they're in the top 2 for shots, in the top 2 or 3 for chances created. Conversion, they're in the bottom 5.
Yeah,
that's their biggest issue. If you look at this game specifically, they had obviously the highlights aren't going to show it. I watched the whole game.
They had numerous
chances.
They
had chances. They had chances against Manchester City. How many chances did they have against Arsenal?
Yes.
How many chances did they have against us? Yeah. How many chances? Chelsea. They should have beat Chelsea.
Yeah, they should have beat Chelsea. They should have beat Chelsea a handsome, a handsome beating.
And this is what frustrates me about Leeds. If you had Jamie Vardy in this Leeds team, they are top 6, 7. They create that amount of chances. Now, the issue Leeds have got, and I know what you're saying about they don't shut up shop. This is the way that the game seems to go for Leeds. They'll be on top.
Yep.
They'll have chances. They don't convert. So instead of doing what most typical Premier League managers would do, which is settle for the draw, Bielsa with his philosophy, with his mentality, he goes, no, go for the win. And then when he goes for it, that's when teams will change their game plan and then they'll nick a goal against Leeds and then they'll pick up the win.
Yeah, he goes for it, leaves himself open. You know what I mean?
Whereas if they convert the chances that they've had, they're 3 or 4-0 up. Like, I've not seen a team come up and be this dominant in terms of play, passes.
Yes. I get what you're saying.
Shots.
Yeah.
They just need that.
Do you know what it is?
That number 9.
The only other team I know to come up and have such an impact by the way they play was Sheffield United last season.
Yeah.
It's just that Sheffield United wasn't actually a dominant.
Yeah. Whereas Leeds will come and like, we're gonna play our game. It don't matter who you are. We're gonna go away to Anfield in the first game of the season and pin back the champions.
Sheffield United was like, we'll come here, we'll set up, and we'll frustrate you.
Yeah.
And we might try a classic. I'd say a classic English.
That's just different at a twist. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
They were trying to. I get what you're saying. 1000%.
He's coming with like a. For me, all right then. If you didn't know anything about football, and you seen Leeds, and you didn't know it was Leeds, if I told you this is a Champions League match, you go. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's that level of football that they're playing.
Yeah, their approach.
He said it. She said Leeds and City have a similar amount of goals scored. Both waste a hell of a lot of chances.
You know what it is though, and this is where I think Leeds may be going wrong. Number one, who's the backup striker? Don't know. I don't know. And I'm not saying they don't have one. I'm not saying that. I'm literally saying I don't know who it is. It's not a known you need a certain amount of quality.
No, they have, but they're playing him in the wrong position. They've got Bamford up front, number 9, and then they've got Rodrigo. But they're playing Rodrigo in behind Bamford. Play him as the number 9.
Yes.
On the end of these chances,
yes.
Then bring Bamford on.
Yes. But, I think I really think, but I don't think he will. I think he screams what he needs is maybe 2 up front. I think for the amount of chances they make, because sometimes you see when Bamford's shooting, I've noticed this. Bamford has a shot. He has a particular way of shooting. It's kind of not like Greenwood, but he likes to try early shots. But I've noticed with a lot of his shots, the keeper parries it. There's no one there.
Right. I get what you're saying.
A lot. You see, if this is like, I don't know if this is a management thing, players, whatever, but a lot of his shots, like if you had someone like a Defoe there, he's getting probably 10, 15 goals.
Just in that rebound.
He's just tapping
area.
it in.
Yes,
he's just tapping it in. He will just be literally tapping it in.
Yeah, Ray on here says, I worry for Leeds in one aspect, that the intensity they play is that mad they could burn out towards the end of the season.
I think they burn out by about 65, 70 minutes.
They could burn out, but the thing is, even if they burn out or not, why I think Leeds' saving graces is that there's teams worse than them.
Nope.
That's what it is. You don't think there's teams worse than them?
No, that's what I'm saying. Their saving grace is the fact that they play more games in the Championship than they are going to play this season.
So they're more used. Yeah, they're kind of used to it. There's a bit more conditioned. Yeah, I get what you're saying. And I think, like I said, there's teams worse than them. And with the chances they create, they're just about to score goals.
Arsenal are worse than them.
Arsenal are worse. That's why Leeds are above them in the table.
And that's why Arsenal will get relegated before Leeds United.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Without question. I'm not even joking. Definitely without question. Arsenal are genuinely and seriously in a relegation scrap. And over a Christmas period, for me to be Christmas Day and Boxing Day and that, and them eating, waved and all that, and see Arsenal struggling, this is great. It's going to make for great viewing. They're they have a game once every 3-4 days, and they have tough matches as well. And then that relegation 6-pointer at the end of this month is very tough. Well, obviously, New Year, they got West Brom on the 2nd, but yeah, their last game of 2020 and their first game of 2021 are going to be very tough. Very, very tough. So it'll be interesting. Anything you might want to add before we do leave the show? We are coming out to a close. Obviously, this is the last From a Third Eye view of the year, people that we have at Pi Radio, but we will give you something because we like you that much. We'll be doing some form of show over the Christmas period. Definitely give you a From a Third Eye view fix.
So happy birthday to me on Friday coming up. Happy birthday
your birthday Friday. Also,
and more to the point.
Go on.
Liverpool, Tottenham on Wednesday. Leeds United and Manchester United this weekend. There's some phenomenal games coming up.
Okay. You know what? I ain't gonna lie.
It's your birthday on Friday. Okay. All right. What are you doing for your birthday?
Go
do something.
Hopefully celebrating Liverpool beating Spurs.
All right. Minus that nonsense. What else?
He's not doing anything because he's social distancing. Okay?
Exactly.
Is it? Oh yeah, he's social. I forgot.
You
know what? Because we here at Pi Radio take all lockdown measures very seriously. We take all precautions. We do.
Shout out, Boris.
Shout out, Boris. Everyone here has been corona tested. This is why we are in the room. There's hand gel outside also. Yeah. So that's
shout
what
out,
it is.
Boris.
We take everything very serious.
Can I just say, your wonderful PR spin is just phenomenal. By the way, you are so media trained.
I got something to say to you about that after the show. After
After
the show, someone was talking to me about my speech, but I'll talk to you about it after the show, about the way I talk.
If I ever get in trouble at work, I feel like ringing you.
Yeah, call this guy, bro. This guy will get you out of it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
It's a mazza.
So if at any point you're in trouble at work, relationship at home, ring Flawless.
Yeah,
shout me if you want. I'll have to bring some form of show in it, some agony uncle business. But hey, salute to everybody who has supported the massive. What's the word I'm looking for? Supported the massive. How do I put this? Massive improvement and the bigger numbers we've done on From a Third Eye view and see the show get better.
No. The growth.
There we go. That's the word. I'm tired. That's what it is, people. Yes. Salute to everybody who supported From a Third Eye view this year and has helped us grow massively. And literally has.
He's tired, bro. He had to recharge his clone over the weekend. Yeah. He had to recharge his clone. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yan City says love. Yan City says better invite me. Of course, we'll bring you on that show. We're going to decide today what we're going to do. Accused George says Flawless got that job interview demeanor. It's just me being me. But yeah, like I said in it, salute to everybody who supports From a Third Eye view, whether you watch the show live or you watch it back. We appreciate it. Salute to you for helping us with this massive growth. Big up to the whole Pi Radio hierarchy, all the hosts. Shout out, big up Sparks. everybody. Salute to you both as well. Yo, big up to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really, really appreciated. And I can't wait to see what we do with the show in 2021. Like, we got some big things we are definitely going to do with the show. But yes, people, this has been From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. Thank you very much for tuning in.